I'm always a sticker guy. Oh, man. Dude, you're just... These are awesome. These are sick. But...
Welcome to another episode of Concrete Mystique, the podcast. You can keep looking at those while I talk.
These
by
are
all
awesome.
means. This is going to be an interesting one today. My friend over here, sitting beside me, Mr. Hudson Cox.
How you doing?
Has asked me to do this episode, and he had this crazy idea to debate me. I don't know what to say about that. I was like, you want to do what?
Well, everyone watching is going to be like, the one person you don't debate about concrete is Rick Lobdell. So
and it was your idea
I know.
To do this.
I know.
So here we are. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for
joining me.
I really appreciate it. I'm excited.
He also wants to play pool against me because if you guys know, there's a pool table right here, a foosball table in the background. I am a gamer. I love to win. So he was like, yeah, I can't wait to play pool. And I'm like, why?
Well,
you're just going to lose.
He kept showing me his trophies of pool, and now he's showing me his...
So I'm showing him my stack of patches that I have won over the last couple years, including ones that are a clean sweep where my team won 5-0, where they didn't even let the other team win one.
You have less of those than you do break-in runs. You got a lot of break-in runs.
No, I have a lot of 9 on the snaps.
On the snap.
A lot of 9 balls on the snap.
What is a rackless match? I thought it said reckless.
That means you never even got the break.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, I thought it said reckless.
I can't help that I like to play with balls.
That's a great start.
Yes, great start. I set you up big time on that one. You did not see
balls
that
and
coming.
hard things, apparently.
Balls and sticks. Okay, so let's start with, like I always do, how did we first meet? Oh, wait. Yes, let's just start there. I'll get to the rest.
How we met.
How we first met.
How we met. It's a riveting story.
Sort of. It gets better.
No, I just had been buying from Surf Coat for a while, and one day it was like, I'm just going to go pick it up. I have a truck. I'm just going to go get it, you know? So I pull up, I park, I walk inside, and you just happen to be sitting there. Oh, I'm sorry. Sitting there talking with... Now I don't know her name.
Laura. Yeah.
And I don't know how the conversation started or anything like that. I think you or
I walked up and she was like, hey, this guy's buying, introduced you to me. And so I introduced myself and we started talking. And I was like, what are you getting? And at that time, I thought you were only picking up like a couple colors, like color packs.
Yeah.
And I was like, you drove all the way up here for a color pack? Like, I could have brought that to you. Like, I lived near downtown. I could have just taken it home and you wouldn't have had to drive an hour up here to pick it up. Like,
well,
and you were like, what? You
saying we would just bring it to me. And I was like, oh, he must have a truck as well. And will bring me this entire pallet of,
just
polyaspartic.
Just this little container of stain.
I was like, that would be awesome if you could just bring me this stuff. Yeah, and then you realized my order size, and you were like, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. We're not getting there. I
think I did try to call you one time. I was like, you sure you don't want to bring me all this? It'd be nice if you did.
So after that, we start talking. You start calling me, asking 20,000 questions all the time, like everybody else does. No negative. Like, that's cool. I love doing that. I love the industry, love helping everybody, love seeing people thrive, all that kind of stuff. So that's the beginning of it. But then one day he calls me and he's like, I have 2 questions for you. Okay, what are they? And he goes, how do you fire someone? and how do you steal someone from another company?
Hold on. The second question is that's a reach. I did not ask to steal someone.
You totally did.
I asked you, there's someone who came to me that is working at another company.
You did not say that part. You said, I want to hire this guy from another company.
I did want to hire him. I don't know if I ever told you. I ended up not hiring him.
Yes, you did tell me that.
I did tell you? Okay.
So I'm like...
So wait. Before anyone comes for my throat, I did not hire him.
Well, we're not talking names. We're not talking companies. We're keeping companies out of this conversation across the board.
That's true.
Because once we get into the debate, I'll just say this now.
Mm-hmm.
this is all going to be based on our own opinions. It's going to be fun. I'll let you guys know more about it as we get to that point.
Yep.
But this is about our opinions, which, we're in a society today where we're not allowed to have opinions anymore. It's got to be facts. It's got to be facts. And it drives me crazy because there's no fun in facts, but there's always fun in opinion.
There's a lot of fun in debate.
So everything we're about to talk about is not a representation of Surf Coat or the company he works for or anything like that. It is literally our knowledge from our actual work ourselves. This is everything we're talking about is not because a company told me this. It's because we did this personally on our own projects and we believe in what we're doing. We are not on the same page on what we're going to talk about at all. Okay? That's what's funny about it. But still, it is that kind of world. So just want to preemptively say
that's what this episode's about.
it is not about the companies we work for or that we learned these from these companies or anything like that. We are not representing anybody but ourselves. And, of course, I'm representing Concrete Mystique. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
So, back to the story. So he calls me about this, and I go, wait, why are you asking me this? Like, I'm supposed to help you with coatings and proper application methods and, proper temperature settings and all this kind of stuff, and you want to know about how to fire someone? Why me? And he goes, well, you're my mentor, so I figured I would ask my mentor. And I'm like, whoa, hold on, time out. When did I become that? I didn't ask for that.
Well, that's not typically something that you ask for, I don't think.
But people usually say, would you like to be my mentor, not just hire me without telling me.
Well, that's a good point. I'm already losing the debate and we're not even there yet. But no, I called you so often and so much about so many different things that I was just kind of like, this is who I kind of go to for help. A lot of times the other people that I would call before I met you never answered the phone. Well, not saying you're the greatest at answering your phone either.
What are you talking about?
You've gotten better. I will say that.
I always call back within an hour.
That's true. That is true.
That's the best you're ever going to get in this industry.
But I just viewed you as somebody who I could call, who would give me a straight answer without sugarcoating it or being like, well, it's going to be okay, or you'll be fine. If you'd be like, no, it sounds like you messed that one up. You got to go fix that. And I was like, okay, I valued that. And so.
Straight shooter.
Thank you.
No lies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't beat around. Sorry to bring the mentor name on.
No, it's all good. It was all good.
I could tell you were smiling through the phone. When
of course I was.
You were
because
like, oh.
I was like, I don't know if I have room for another one. I'm kind of busy doing that right now.
You've mentored the whole concrete world already.
I have not. But it was pretty awesome. Like, cool. All right, that means someone really appreciates your point of view, trusts what you're saying, and that's great because that's not normal. First of all, you don't hear that very often, and you don't hear it that way. Like I said, I've had other people that are like, "Hey, man, can you mentor me?" Sure. Or I'd be like, "Hey, man, do you want me to?" Like, I would be more than happy to help you. Like, mentor. Like, it has gone both ways. Mm-hmm. I've just never had it where I didn't know I was already doing it.
Well,
that was funny.
I mean, you leaned right into it. You killed it.
Still answer the phone every time.
You do.
So I did tell you how to fire someone. Told you I didn't suggest hiring the guy. I didn't suggest taking it from the other company. I was like, that could bite you later. Yeah. So you didn't do it anyway.
Well, that's a good story if you want to talk about that story.
That's up to you, man. I don't know how much you're allowed to talk about.
Well, I'll keep it brief and not include a bunch of names and whatnot. So, but I called
the universal conversation about hiring and firing people.
Exactly. So the guy, he reached out to me and knew what I was doing and wanted to be more of a leadership role than what he was doing. And so he reached out to me and said, are you open to that? Do you have anything like that available? And I said, well, yeah, sure. But I know you're working for this guy. are you sure that's what you want to do? Because he had told me that, like, this guy had given him his shot and all that stuff. So I was already very iffy about it. And so what I ended up doing was...
I had to pick better music.
Okay.
Continue, but we're listening to music while we're talking to you guys. You're not going to hear any of that, but why not? I forgot to say, I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
First episode in the studio in a while. It's kind of cool to be back in the studio. Took me a little while to try to figure out how to put everything back together. Had to look at everything behind me and go, okay, you're going to see more of the background. What do I got to get rid of? Sorry,
Well, no, this place is awesome.
I tried.
I enjoyed the tour. And all your paintings were awesome. Amazing.
Anyway, back to your story.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What I ended up doing was calling his current employer at the time and telling him, I was like, hey, your employee reached out to me. He wants these things, and I'm open to it. He's open to it. I don't want to sneak behind your back. I don't want to be, any kind of way towards you because I respect who you are. And he was very grateful about that and said that if I did want to hire him, that was his employee's decision. And he was like, go for it. That I'm gonna, I've gotten him this far, and now if he wants to leave the nest or whatever, he can. But it didn't work out. I didn't end up hiring him. So I guess you could say I dodged a bullet. I don't really know, but...
No, I mean, you did the right thing by talking to the guy. That was what we talked about. It's like, now, granted, of all places to talk to me about this, we're in Nashville. 5 years ago, I would have been like, screw that guy.
Yeah.
I could care less. Take who I want when I want it. This is my town.
Well, at the time,
but I've changed my attitude about that, and I've gotten better about it. And I think it is a smart move. It is somebody you know. If it's somebody you don't know, then who cares? But if it's somebody you actually do know and you have talked to before, yes, it is nice to reach out to them.
I was so new, and I was so nervous about the whole thing. I was like, I know I would feel more comfortable if I reached out to him. And if it was happening to me, I'd want them to reach out to me. So,
So I got a story for you.
Okay.
It made me think of what I just went through.
Okay.
So a couple weeks ago, played in another pool tournament.
The Wind is the song, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, it's not storming outside. It's not thunder and lightning. It's in your head.
I'm just making sure.
Okay, so I won another captain's tournament. Not to gloat. That's not the point of the conversation. But I won another captain's tournament. I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. My third time in 4 years. I'm super excited about it. I have a great team. I think we have a good chance of doing very well.
That's awesome.
And
can't wait for more hotel room stories.
But 2 years ago, the team that I was in, we're all captains. So we're all captains of our own teams, and it's a tournament of all just the captains. So there's still not really a hierarchy of captains, but there's still kind of like the captain because he's the one that put the team together.
Okay.
So the current team I have is I'm the captain of my team that I'm taking.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there are there people from different cities going, obviously? And then
yes.
How many teams
it's worldwide.
How many teams are in each, I guess, area? Are you the captain of this team from this area, and then this captain's...
Oh, no, we're all from Nashville area, Middle Tennessee. That's all Middle Tennessee. We are representing Middle Tennessee. It's, Vegas, Middle Tennessee APA.
Okay.
We are representing Middle Tennessee when we go.
Gotcha.
But we're playing the world.
Yeah.
So, 2 years ago, there was 380 teams that we played against. We got 69th or 64th or something like that. So
nice.
I have a lot to live up to. I got to do better than that this time.
Okay.
But... So we had a team of 5, okay? Great guys, love them all, great friends with all of them. Mm-hmm. The next year, so in between those two, I realized when I was doing it that my co-captain of my team was only the co-captain. He wasn't a captain also, and it's only captains. So I couldn't take my man that I was always with, turn this and then lift it up.
I don't know why I'm fiddling with it, but I feel like it dropped.
I don't think so, but maybe. I know that one's not doing as well as this one today. I don't know why. But so the next year comes around, And I've realized over that year I fixed it. So I made him the captain of 9-ball and I'm the captain of 8-ball for my team. Okay. So that way, a year later, the two of us get to do this together, like we're doing everything else together right now.
Yeah.
And so then it was like, well, who else is going to be on our team? Well, now I'm adding him to my team. I cannot go back to the team we were before because we're going to have too many people.
Okay.
So now we have to branch off and do our own thing.
Mm-hmm. You got to cut somebody.
No, I have to find somebody. It's the opposite.
Oh.
We cut ourselves. We left the team.
I see.
And
I'm
started
putting it together now.
and we're going to compete against our buddies. That we just did this together with. Which is a hard thing to do.
I see. I'm picking it up now.
See where I'm going?
I see where I'm going.
So the next year comes around, and the team captain sends out a group text of doing it again. And my one buddy, Akil, goes right away, I'm in. And I'm like, there went what I was going to do. And so I texted him right away. I was like, why the fuck did you say that so fast?
Yeah.
And he goes, what do you mean? I was like, I was starting my own team. He goes, oh, I would love to be on your team. And I'm like, but you just said yes to this team.
What'd you do?
He was like, we were like, sorry, man, next year, right?
Okay.
So I had to piece together other people. We both go to the tournament, and we both get our asses kicked.
Okay.
Neither team does well. Neither team's going to Vegas. It was a total disaster.
That sucks.
But he vowed, next year, I'm with you.
Okay.
100% next year, I'm with you.
Okay.
So this year rolls around. My buddy texts the team. Yeah, sure, man, I'm in. Why? I called him right away. He's like, I forgot.
I forgot.
What do we do? And he's like, shit, I'm sorry. I would have done. I was like, all right, man. I can't do this again.
Yeah.
So I call my buddy Chris and I go, hey, man, I know you're putting this team together. Is there any way I can steal Akil? And he was like, what? And he was like, sure. Like, we're friends. Appreciate you calling me to ask me this question. I see your point. I have my team. I really don't need him. Mm-hmm. It's just he's always been with us.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. If he wants to go with you, that's fine. He can choose whichever one. No feelings hurt. No nothing. I can't believe you actually called and asked me that. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so I did. And we kicked the living shit out of them.
Hey.
And everybody else, and we're going.
Well, congrats. That's awesome.
I mean,
yeah.
But that was the worst part, was when we had to play them, and we're like, and
how bad did you beat them?
4-1. No, 4-2. 4-2.
Okay.
So this is even funnier to the story too. Not that I need to get into a pool conversation, but it is my addiction right now.
No, I love pool.
But so we're playing the team before them, and they're waiting for us for the next round. They're ahead of us. They've already won, and they're waiting, and they're watching us, and they're sitting right beside us because they're friends of ours. We're all goofing off. We're all talking shit to each other with so much shit talking, and we're killing it.
Yeah.
We're on fire, and I'm just like, and they're like, what? I'm like, you scared?
You see this, right?
Are you ready? Are you scared? Because we're coming. And they're like, no, we're not scared at all. They're all laughing at each other. I'm like, you look scared. I'm not kidding. I was totally messing with them, right? So we get out there, and I changed up the way I did the team because it's all based on your handicap. Lowest guy plays first, highest guy plays last. Well, 3 of us are all 5s, so it doesn't matter who plays first, second, third.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, instead of the best guy of the 3 of us playing the hardest guy, why don't we put the worst one of the 3 of us against the hardest guy? That way you 2 slaughter.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
And I'm the sacrificial lamb that takes the beat down.
So you're saying you're the worst of the 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
All
am.
right.
Even though I'm the
humble.
captain. So when you find out, I'm not even the best. I've gotten my ass kicked
when you
many
don't even
times.
let me shoot. Yeah, wow. I'm so pumped.
So we go to them, and first guy slaughters, second guy slaughters. It's my turn. I get up there, and I break and run. The guy doesn't even get to play. That was one of the patches in there.
That was perfect.
He doesn't even get to play.
I mean,
and we're up 3-0. Boom. We're already like halfway there. We only have to get to 5 points.
that's awesome.
5 wins. And they're just like, what the hell? And I'm like, I mean, I had some really,
Was that
really
like your
hard,
best game of that day?
It was so hard. Like this wasn't like everything was laid out perfect to win. I had to do some crazy ass
go.
things to make that happen, and they did. Usually they don't, because I come up with these weird ideas. I'm like, well, if I go here and go here, yeah, sure. No, it never. It did every single one.
There you go, man.
To the point that I had a whole crowd go, "Whoa, that was an amazing shot!" That came out of nowhere that no one saw coming, and I did. I had it all planned.
That's awesome.
And then so anyway, we end up winning and moving on. But it was funny to that point that he had to go, well, you're welcome.
Nice.
Because he gave me the guy.
Yeah.
Here we are, and we're going to Vegas.
And you're going.
So he gets to be a part of that relationship now because he said yes to it, and it was all in a good gentleman way. It wasn't like, screw you, I'm taking him.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
there's the lesson.
Yeah. Well, see, you ended up with the guy.
Yeah. Because I was the nice guy that asked. It worked. I won.
I asked and didn't get the guy. But that's neither
Now,
here or there.
here is the question for all the audience out there listening. Maybe I'll make a short of this. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
If the Purist comes back a world champion in pool, how bad is my ego going to be?
I mean, only you can determine that.
It's already bad enough. How much worse could it get?
I mean, I think you'll be fine. I'll knock some sense into you if you come back talking like, oh, I'm the greatest there's ever been.
No chance of ever talking sense into me.
Well, I'll try.
Yeah, good luck.
I'll drop some more sad mentor stuff, and you'll be like, you know what? All right, I should dial myself back a little
Yes. All right. So, Hudson, the world doesn't know who the hell you are.
That's true.
The industry doesn't know anything about you.
That's true.
You're here because you're a friend of mine that I talk to and that I in a roundabout way kind of work with.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit about your background, where are you from, why the hell you're even doing, okay, it's not concrete. You're doing flake floors 90% of the time, 99% of the time.
I would say 99% of the time.
99.9%.
Well,
is
I'm starting
flake.
to branch out a little bit.
And that's fine. Again, that's why this is going to be a cool conversation because we don't really talk about that side of the industry very much. It's just kind of like I want to feel like it's almost like the bastard stepchild of the industry because you're flaking over concrete.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. It is kind of like almost like oh, that's so easy. That's like don't even think about that. It takes it's not art. It's
that's
skill.
where the beginner starts, and then eventually you find other ways. But no, it's really good money making.
Well, no, I will 100%. I want to say I still am a beginner. I will not. I'm not going to come in here and be like I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing 100% of the time.
That is dropping.
It is dropping.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Keep talking. Let me think about something.
Okay.
So tell your story. Where you're from, how you got into this industry, why you're mostly do flake, stuff like that.
Will do. My name's Hudson. I know that's been established already, but
this is not an infomercial.
I got into coating floors. I came out of college. I went to Alabama. I'm originally from Birmingham, and I got out of college and was applying to jobs. And one of the guys that I had worked for started a concrete coatings company. I had no idea what that was. I was just searching around for employment, and I put him down as a reference. And I called him to let him know, hey, you're one of my references. Don't be scared when a random number calls you. And he said, oh, you're looking for work? I can hire you. And I said, well, all right, sure, why not? So started doing flake floors kind of out of nowhere. Had no idea what it was. He just stuck me on a crew and said, they'll show you how to do everything. Go for it. And I got put, luckily, with some of the coolest people I'd ever met, and a lot of guys who were really, really knowledgeable about it and showed me everything that I know today. A couple times I had no idea why we had to grind the concrete, why we had to do any of the steps we were doing, but they showed me everything. They were super, super, super cool. But yeah, then I moved to Nashville, and
Where?
I did this in Birmingham. Thanks for keeping me on track.
Yes.
Um,
Why? How long have you lived in Alabama? Born and raised?
Born and raised in Alabama. This is the first time I've lived in any other state in Tennessee. I went to Alabama. I studied supply chain management, and I'm about to make a lot of people mad. I went for 4 years and 3 summers, and I don't have a degree. I did not finish. No, yeah, come back.
4 years, and you still didn't finish.
I did not finish.
I have friends like that. Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to switch your mic up.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, this is my way now.
Oh, no.
There you go. You're back.
I'm back.
You can keep talking. Now you can move it wherever you want to. It'll stay in formation. I just have extra cord hanging out because I didn't have time.
That's all good.
There you go.
Quality
Look how good I am at
podcasting
that.
here.
That was pretty
that
quick,
was quick.
wasn't it?
That was good. On the fly here at the Rick Lobdell household. Anyway,
I can.
yeah,
Okay.
didn't get my degree. I want to say I have like 15 credit hours left,
Keep talking. Door open.
and then
Close behind you.
but yeah, started doing it in Birmingham.
And what was it for?
What do you mean? Supply chain management?
What was it? Supply chain?
Yes.
What the hell is supply chain management?
Well, I have 4 years and 3 summers, and I still couldn't tell you what it was.
I've never heard of that.
It's supposedly, like, the best way I could put it is, let's say you're the owner of a store. You need to see, what's selling, what's not selling, ordering the things that are selling and getting rid of the things that aren't selling. Supply chain.
You had to go to school for that? You couldn't just look at a spreadsheet?
That's probably not all it is, and I'm going to get grilled in the comments. But
No, you're not, because nobody watching has any idea what that is either. It's not like the supply chain industry is going to find out about this and I'll be like, oh man, you got to check this guy out. He's an idiot. No.
Well, I will say I went for a 4-year. I wanted to be an engineer, and then I very quickly realized I did not want to be an engineer.
Why not? The math too hard?
Math, well, just friction, man, and like thermodynamics. I like cars. I wanted to work on cars, which I did for a little bit actually.
Yeah.
But I was into things with engines, and I wanted to learn about that. That's you go into engineering thinking, oh, I like cars. I'm going to learn about cars. No, you're not.
No.
So if there's any
That's called a trade school.
If there's any 15, 16-year-olds watching, thinking about college, and you like cars, don't go into engineering.
Yes, my demographic is 15 to 18-year-olds. Yes.
Great song, by the way.
Yes.
I know they can't hear it.
I know. We're listening to Tool. H.
Where was I?
But I put Tool on because you said you like heavy music, so I
do.
figured that.
This is fantastic. But no, I started doing flake floors, just flake floors, by the way. That's all I did in Birmingham. We did patios and porches and garages. A little teaser into our debate.
Yeah.
But that's all I did. I did not do any metallic. I did not do overlays. Nothing. Just flake. So that's primarily all I know. Polyaspartic and flake. So my boss came to me and said, hey, the guy in Nashville's not performing. We're losing money up there. We'll move you up there. Just run with it. Take off. It's yours. Go do it. And I said, all right, fine. I want to get out of my hometown anyway. Let's do it. Moved to Nashville.
Wait, hold on. You're how old?
I'm 24.
Okay. How many other 24-year-olds out there just get up and go? Actually, I did too.
I was 23 at the
I have no room
time.
to talk.
But yeah, so then I moved to Nashville, took over the worst quality truck and trailer you've ever seen. No shop, no warehouse. The guy was keeping all of the materials at his house in his garage. And it was a shit show, basically. But I just the first day, it was like 6 degrees. I moved here in February. It was freezing cold. I went out in a hoodie and gloves and just my first day cleaned the trailer. I was like, this is abysmal. What do we, Anyway. Now we still have the same truck and trailer. But we're doing great. I've got more employees. We're doing more business. I love it. I'm learning new stuff every day, especially from you and just experience alone. I mean, when I first got into it, I just thought it was, let's make the concrete look pretty. I didn't know what chemical we were putting down. I didn't know anything. And now being in it for 2 years, I mean, that's really it. I've learned so much. I didn't realize what a huge world concrete coating and decorative coatings are. I mean, there's so many different things that you've showed me and that so many people have showed me. It's crazy. I had no idea that this was like almost a huge fraternity of concrete coatings.
Oh, yeah.
It's massive. I didn't know there's shows.
It's a small industry.
There's expos about it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you hear about Comic-Con, and then you're like, wait, they do this for concrete too? Like,
and it's the biggest in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, what? And so, no, I started going to classes. I just wanted to learn as much as possible, especially after I moved to Nashville, and gained as much as I could, just watching people, listening to people. Then I found out about you, and I was like, this guy is just a book of everything.
So then he came to my class.
So then I came to one of his classes.
Which I was like, why would you come to the class? We teach flake. You already know flake. Like, okay.
But it didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe they're doing something slightly different, and it looks better. Or maybe they've got a different process.
Well, we don't cut corners.
I don't cut corners. I cut 0 corners.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, what was it like taking a training class though? Like was that a pretty big class? I don't remember.
It wasn't huge. I'd say 20 people.
That's a decent.
Okay.
We don't do more than 24 at a time.
Okay.
So
I've been to a few where there's like 30 or 40 people.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that those are the guys that don't learn anything.
You get lost.
Like even 24 is a lot. Like I want to be able to spend a little bit of one-on-one while you're talking about things to get you to ask questions. And when you ask a good question, then I go, okay, hey crowd, here's a question that came up. But if I can't get a little personal with some of these people, then we're not going to get any of that.
Yeah.
We're just going to get guys staring or looking at their phones or drifting.
Well, you want
off.
people to participate. That's the biggest thing.
It's hard to do that.
I learned very quickly that you don't learn anything just watching someone else do
Correct.
it. You have to do it yourself. And being in Nashville, I mean, in Birmingham, yeah, I was doing it myself 100%. But when I came to Nashville and I was starting to learn new things, I would just watch. And I was like, I'm not gaining any knowledge here because I'm still nervous to do it myself. I can't sell this. I don't know how to do it. And then coming to your class that was the first time I was really hands-on, not particularly with the flake side of it because I had done it before.
Correct.
But the
metallics and
the epoxy and all that stuff, I wanted to be engaged, and I really, really wanted to learn. And now I'm very grateful for the opportunity. But I mean, it's been a ride for sure. I still am figuring out stuff, and I'm like
we all are.
What could be next? And there's new stuff all the time too.
I mean, I've learned a few things from you because you ask the most absurd questions that I'm like, why would you ever think about that? Let me see how I can come up with an answer on that one. Okay, I got that one off my list.
What's next, Hudson? And then I call him 15 minutes later with an even more absurd one. Yeah.
So, but you said earlier that you went to school to be an engineer because you liked cars.
Yeah.
You didn't go to school for cars, and you went into garage flooring.
Yes.
Like, what happened to the car fanatic? Like, why did you not go into cars?
Well, I still like cars. I quickly, when I was younger, I liked taking stuff apart, putting them back together.
Oh, I did too. Like my stereo. Okay.
Stereos.
Look, you're a little too young for this. So the old timers listening, we had boom boxes.
Okay.
Do you know what a boom box is?
I know what a boom box is, man. I'm not.
I just couldn't resist. But But I would take those apart and fix them.
Yeah. So
And there was always the extra screw. Damn it!
that's weight reduction right there.
No.
Well, not boom boxes, but like there's a story where I had a 4-wheeler and I would just take stuff off of it, and my dad'd be like, better put that back on, because if you can't, I'm not paying for somebody else to put it back on. Like, you got to figure it out. I remember there was one time axles would always break on my 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
And you ever removed an axle from a differential?
I have never, ever worked on a car.
It's very difficult.
I've never changed the oil. I can change a tire. And then I can change oil. Don't get me wrong, but I don't.
You don't.
I can change a tire, obviously. But outside of that, no. And there's a reason why I don't like to mess with cars.
Okay.
They're made of metal. So first thing that's going to slice your finger off in a second is stiff metal.
Yes.
Very thin.
Yes.
Jagged metal.
Yes.
I didn't know that like bumpers are plastic now and stuff like that.
Are.
So things have changed. But yeah, like that's the one. I'm like, there's so many things on a car that I could just slice my finger off with that I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I love the unity of so many moving parts to come together.
The gearing to
literally
it all.
just to move a human forward.
The gearhead of it all.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anything with an engine, I'm all about it.
Okay, well, what about watches? Like, not this watch. This is a fake watch. But what about a real watch then? Don't you like the gears of a watch? Like, why are you not into clocks?
It doesn't interest me as much.
But it's gearing.
Yeah, but
it makes it move forward. It keeps us on time.
That's a good point. Yes, but think about the freedom you had when you first turned 16. You got your car. You're not beating that with a watch.
You are correct. And even what's funnier about that, too, is the fact that my son didn't get his license until 17. And, 16 and a half. We had to force it upon him. He did not want it. And I was like looking at him going.
He didn't want a license.
No. In fact, I had to do, after I got him the license, got him the car, and he still didn't do anything with it, I had to go, here's $100, get out of the house and go somewhere. And he's like, what? And I'm like, you have a car. You can go anywhere you want.
Anywhere.
Get out.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what should I do? I don't care.
Man, I was
So you know what he did?
itching to get my first car.
You know what he did? He went to the movies.
By himself?
What's the difference between sitting at home, playing on your computer,
True,
and going and watching a movie?
It's a bigger screen in the movies. And was it 3D?
No, they don't have 3D anymore.
They did back in the day.
Well, I guess they do. They have the 4D or whatever now. I know,
But
that's actually a 3D TV, speaking of.
There you go. See?
I got 3D glasses in there for the TV.
I might win this debate. Hold on.
No. We're not there yet.
But no, I love cars. I mean, the whole thing of them, I think they're beautiful. I mean, they're rolling pieces of art. Some people look at them as just, this thing gets me from A to B. It takes me to work and it brings me home. And that's fine. You can't deny that. I mean, it's a revolutionary thing. And then, think about America, muscle cars. I mean, everything about them is just like.
Yeah.
I mean, they define who you are. You can look at somebody's car and you can kind of figure out who they are.
Yeah.
I think so.
Trying to turn that down. It is not just from point A to point B for me. I like my cars. I do obsess with getting a car that I feel like is me.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you noticed when you pulled in, I have 4 red cars.
I did notice.
It's almost the same red. I don't know why.
I noticed.
It's weird. I've just started buying red cars, and it just happens to be. Like, even my wife's car, when she went to buy that, she wanted blue. She's like, I'm tired of red. I want blue. and we hate the gray and the white and the black. It's just like, that's neutral tone. We're creative people. I'm not a neutral person. I don't want white, black, or gray.
Yeah.
And so
that's a very good example of your car defining who you are.
100%.
That's why, yeah.
And so we go to the dealership to get it, and the best one, the perfect one for her, exactly what she's looking for is red. She just looks at me and she's like, why? And I was like, it's a really awesome car. We can afford it. I don't know how, you can't turn it down. And she's like, So
It's too bad it's red.
she has a red car.
It's a funny story you bring up red. I just had a rental car. It was a Toyota Corolla Cross, and it was metallic candy red.
How do you know it was red?
It was red.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm colorblind, ladies and gentlemen. Red, green, but I can still tell if things are red or green. That's not how colorblindness works. Thank you. Appreciate it. Just because I can't see what numbers in the dots doesn't mean I'm blind. Anyway.
So one time I'm driving down the road with my co-captain and one of our other teammates, his roommate, and we're driving to go play in a tournament. And I see this car driving beside us, and I was like, man, that is a really yellow car. Like, that's a banana yellow car. And they're both like, like what? And they're like, it's green. I'm like, no, it's not. It's totally yellow.
Yeah.
And I still argue with them to this day.
That's
that
a common one.
Yellow.
Like a bright lime green is a very yellow car, yes. I've had that experience. Mine, I will say, like, I went and got a test done with an eye doctor.
I failed everything.
I failed everything.
Yeah.
And
it's the
except
most
for
frustrating
the
thing.
very first one where they're like, let's make sure you're not bluffing. The very first one everyone can see, and then it's just like
it's so annoying because you sit there, and I've done it with other people. Like if you really want to torture me, the next conference you guys come to, bring a color test. I will get agitated. I will get angry. I will get frustrated. I will start yelling.
And they're like, it's clearly 47.
It's clearly there. And I'm like, where?
Yeah.
I think you're insane, and I think you're lying to me.
I love it when people think that you're lying.
Yeah.
Why would I lie about this? I've been this way.
And they laugh at me. They're like, how do you not see that? I'm like, there's nothing but dots there.
There's nothing but dots.
There's nothing but dots there.
And the dots barely even look that different. Like
No.
they almost are all the same.
Yeah.
I can tell some of them are like a beige or like a baby blue. But there's no number.
No.
Well,
it's so
the
frustrating.
test I took, interestingly, that isn't the actual test that they give you. They do run you through all those color circles, whatever.
Yeah.
They had one test to determine what kind of colorblind that you are. They had a booklet, and it was a big, long sheet like this that folded out. And on it were those dots, but they were laid out on a plane. And they said, start here and trace your finger along the trail that you see. And there's 4 different trails. And whichever one you follow corresponds to a certain type of colorblindness.
Interesting.
I feel like you should take this test. That's the only way that I know I'm a strong Newton.
Whatever that means.
It's some type of red-green colorblindness.
So,
But I put my finger on it, and I followed the path that I saw. And I looked up at the doctor, and I turned to my mom, and they were like, that's not at all the trail. You were all over the place. I was like, I see that one. It's pretty clear to me. But I do think it's cool how they can alter it to, like, my eyes
Correct.
saw a different trail than their eyes.
correct.
Which means some flakes might look different to us.
100%. Well, I mean, even when you looked at my paintings, like you relate more to my paintings than
Your
even
paintings
without
were
the
great.
3D glasses because the color makes sense to you. Like it makes sense to me. So 2 quick stories is one is, have you ever seen those colorblind correcting glasses?
I have. I've worn them before.
What'd you think of them?
You want my honest answer?
Sure.
They don't work.
Yes, they do.
So, okay. So there was one time my art teacher bought a pair for the school because of me. I was in an art class, and I was not good at art, and I admitted to her that I was colorblind, and she was like, oh, I have a reason to buy these glasses now. I've been trying to get these, and the school won't let me because we've never had a colorblind student. You just told me, now I can get them. She got them, and I put them on. She had this whole thing, like balloons and markers and everything.
Yeah.
And I put them on, no difference. 0 difference. Are those them?
No.
Oh, I
that's
got
not what I'm
so
doing.
excited. He just pulled out a pair of glasses.
No,
and
I have
got
a
so
story
excited.
that requires the glasses. But go ahead, keep talking.
But anyway, I told her, I was like, I'm sorry, like there's just not. It turned everything purple for me. Mm-hmm. And
did she tell you it was purple?
I don't know.
See, that's the point.
That might have okay, but I also don't know if she got the right type of glasses.
Well, that possibly too.
So
yes. I don't know that either.
So I was like, can I take these home and like just wear them, try them out, and like see if anything does fix? Mainly because I wanted to go see a sunset. I'm just about to get real sappy in here.
Oh no.
So there's a hilltop.
Break out your popcorn.
There's a hilltop in my neighborhood. And the teacher was like, yes, you can take the glasses. Please bring them back tomorrow. Like, do not break them. The school will kill me. So I took them, went to the hilltop with my girlfriend at the time. Hey, Maddie. Put them on, watched the sunset. That was cool. I feel like that sunset was different than any other sunset that I had seen.
That would be
I don't know
interesting.
why that particular circumstance was different. Maybe it was a little bit of placebo. I don't know. That one, it did feel good.
So, 2 stories. My wife's boss is colorblind also. Mm-hmm. Very similar, same as both of us, technically. Which I'll get to what mine means, but it's... So, the office, the whole lab, chipped in money and bought him a pair of glasses. And she had asked me about it, and I was like, no, I don't want anything to do with those. I'm not colorblind. You all see wrong. That's my philosophy is I'm not wrong. You all are. Okay. So I was like, why would I need to correct there's nothing wrong. Why would I correct it?
Yeah.
This is my ignorance or my ego, however you want to look at it. Okay. So she gets the glasses for him, brings them home, and she's like, here you go. You got to try them out. I'm like, okay, fine. So I pull them out of the case. I put them on. I'm going to use my 3D glasses for my TV as a reference. So I put the glasses on, and I'm like, okay. And I step outside, and this right before fall. So at that moment, everything is kind of still just the same green. Like nothing's changed yet. So I'm like, okay, everything's still green.
Yeah.
Don't see the point. So then I walked up to my paintings, and I kept going,
oh my God, that's how you figured it out?
okay, no, hell no. And I was like, not seeing much different, kind of annoying. One of my paintings now, and I'll show you after one of the ones upstairs, the one with the big flower, the big red flower, and the big that one. The umbrellas in it are not the color they're supposed to be, and I was like, what the? No, these are wrong. No, this is right. It can't be that color. That messes everything up if it's that color. Like I was like, no, please don't tell me that's the color I painted on there. It makes no sense.
Just the umbrellas?
Yes.
Wow.
But the thing is that's why everybody looks at me weird. That's why everybody is like, yeah, that painting doesn't make any sense. But it does to me.
I didn't say it. I thought it was beautiful.
Right, because it doesn't bother you. Oh no, those umbrellas are not the color we think it is. At all. Wow. It messed me up. I was like, I
don't know what to do about it.
And it's like one of those things I cannot unsee.
Now I want to see it in the way that it is. Everyone else sees it.
So
I was about to say it's supposed to be, but it's not.
See, I don't have the glasses, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I had to give. So I was like, okay, these are stupid. They don't work, right?
You hated them.
So then I finally pulled out the instructions and read them.
For the glasses.
And the very first thing it says not to do is flipping them up and down to try to look at things, because what it wants you to do is wear them for 10 hours a day so that your eyes adjust and you get used to seeing that color.
Whoa.
You can't, it's not helping you if you keep taking them on and off all the time.
Okay, I did not know that.
So then I was like, that's why I asked this. That's why I was asking the questions.
Exactly what I did in the art class.
That's why I said that.
I was sitting there looking at the range of markers going.
Yep.
But in my case, I didn't see much difference. It just kind of turned.
No, you have to wear them for a while and you start to see it.
Okay.
So then I said, okay, tomorrow I'll wear them all day. Mm-hmm. So the next day we go out and we literally turn left to the stop sign, turn left to the light. And there's a Tiger Market or a 7-Eleven now. I don't know. It was Nexon before, whatever.
Yeah.
7-Eleven on the corner, okay? I'm at the red light, and I look to the right, and I go, when did diesel become green? Now, at the pump, I know it's green.
Yeah.
Preemptively, I'm not that bad. At the pump, I know it's green. I know it's red. They're completely different. They're side by side. I can see them.
Yeah.
But the lights are not that green and not that red. I had no idea they were a different color.
Wow.
But I could clearly see it with the glasses. I was like, whoa. Oh, that's clearly green and red. Clearly.
Yeah.
I had never seen that before.
I haven't had that. I can clearly tell that they're red and green with no glasses, nothing.
We went to a Mexican restaurant, and I was like, well, okay, everything on here is bright yellow, bright red, bright, like they're the primary colors. That doesn't change anything. I can see that.
Yeah.
What sucks is at the time of year, because it was in the fall, it was so hot that summer or that fall that the leaves had not changed yet. I wish I could have had them 2 weeks later, because like literally within the next month, everything swapped. That's when I wanted to see it. I want to see.
You've got great land out here to view. Yeah.
I know. I want to see what fall truly looks like. That's the one thing I don't know. It's the one thing that bothers me.
Let's split a pair of glasses, man.
And okay, so that's my glass story, absurd as it is and as bizarre as it is. Okay, now here's my 3D tests. I don't think I've ever talked about this anyway on in front of a bunch of people. I don't know how many people know this story, to be honest with you. It's kind of crazy. So first of all, when I took a colorblind test when I was in like high school, I didn't know. No one told me. I failed the colorblind test, but I wasn't in art. Didn't matter to me. No one ever said you shouldn't wear that to school. No one ever said anything negative about my outfits. And looking back, I'm like, oh God. Now that I understand how bad it is, I'm like, wow, I was making statements a lot.
I have a similar story.
Okay. So then I moved to Savannah, Georgia. No, I moved here. And I joined the board for a theater group with a guy that was an eye doctor. So we became great friends. And my wife started going to him for her eye stuff because she has horrible vision. She's not colorblind, but she has horrible vision.
Okay.
And so I was in there with her, and we made a joke about it. So he pulled the dot matrix colorblind test out, and both of them were just laughing their asses off. And I'm like, what? I don't understand. Why are you laughing? It's not funny. So mad. But what he said was, I really don't know how colorblind you are because you failed every aspect of color.
Every single thing.
It didn't make any sense. I was getting 50% on all of them. I was getting some right and some wrong, and he couldn't. There was no guide to what I was seeing. Right?
You need the trail, man.
So no, I got better. That's my point. I got way better. So my wife works at Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I have access to some of the best in the world for anything, cancer, eyes, bones, whatever.
Yeah.
One of the best universities, medical universities in the world. So I was like, why don't I make an appointment? So I make an appointment and I go in there and I sit down in the chair. Nurses come up to me and they pull eye drops out and they put eye drops in both of my eyes. Now, I don't know any better.
Yeah.
I've never been to the eye doctor. I don't need to go to an eye specialist. I'm not having surgery. I don't need any of this. I'm just doing a colorblind test, right? So I'm like, whatever. So they put them in my eyes and I'm sitting there. And the doctor comes in and she grabs the sheet and she's looking at stuff and she looks up and she's like, what is wrong with the two of you? And I'm like, and I'm looking at her and they're like, what? And she's like, did you even read what he's here for? Or did you just drop the eyes because you do it in every single one? And they're like, I don't understand. He came to take a colorblind test. He's not getting his eyes checked.
Oh.
They dilate him for the tests that they do to find out how your vision is. And I'm like, what? And she's just going, get out. The two of them, just get out. And all mad. And coincidentally, my wife, no, I think she had the surgery after. No, I think it was before. Anyway, my wife did have an eye surgery from the same doctor, and she was brutal.
Okay.
She's brutal. She was brutal, not even nice to her. So she goes, okay, I got 3 options. One is we can wait a couple hours for that to go down. 2 is I can give you drops and change them back, and it's going to take a little bit. I don't know how good your vision's going to be because of it, because I think it fogs them up or something.
Yeah.
Or 3, we can just try to take the test anyway and see what happens. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll try. Like,
Yeah.
why? I'm here.
Why not?
I was running my own company. I didn't have time for this. I took time out to do this. I was super busy. Like, I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
And so they put me in a small room with a little desk, pitch black in the room, except for a light the size of this, a little light just shining down in the center of the desk.
Whoa.
And there was 3 or 4 trays of different little circles of color, and they were all like pastel colors. Okay?
Okay.
But here's the funny thing to it that I have to do. Let's see, in the camera. I can do it over here. Okay. It's not going to make any sense in the camera, but it is what it is. So the problem is that I can't see because my eyes are dilated. Okay, so this is me doing the test. I'm not kidding. This is exact.
And
Okay.
is there a lady in the room like watching you do
No,
this?
no.
Oh.
No. You move them and put them in order. And I was like, what order?
In
Whatever
order.
whatever order you think they should be in. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? You know, I'm like, light the dark? And she's like, sure. I'm like, okay, like, because you're talking to the wrong person about that. Like, I need to know where we're going with this. Okay? So I rearranged them to what I think. Maybe she was in the room, I don't remember. But I rearranged them to what I think. And I show them to her. And she's just like, she comes back, you know, I go back to the room. She goes and does her stuff, and she comes back in, and she's like, okay, either the test affected you, or you're so barely red-green colorblind that it throws everything off.
Oh. So barely red-green that it throws everything off.
Correct.
I don't understand that.
That's why I say it's more like a dyslexia of color, because I don't understand it either. That's the best answer I have to my color blindness in my life so far.
So barely red-green
That it throws everything off. It's the only thing she could come up with because of my testing.
I think you got a fouled test.
I don't know. I've never tried to go back again. I should again for the hell of it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think
never
you
went
should.
back. So that was my version. So
Well,
when
now
you were telling me yours, I'm giggling, going, "Oh no, you have no idea." But I couldn't see anything. I had to sit there this close, looking at it, going, "Okay, I think. Okay, move that there. Okay, okay, I'm gonna move that there." Okay, like it was
Yeah.
insane for me to do that.
That's
but
a really weird test. Also, to tell you to put them in an order, you could put colors in a million different orders according to whatever. That's okay. Seems odd. Seems like an odd test. I like my trail test better. But
I don't know if I would have liked that
Vanderbilt
better.
also, they might know something that
Yeah.
obviously they know something I don't.
But she didn't tell me what the term was like you have. Like, she didn't tell me of that stuff.
Yeah.
She just said, I think you're barely, that I don't really know what to say to you right now. It's confusing to her, too. And that's the point. It's always been confusing.
Yeah.
So that makes it even crazier when you go back to thinking about what I do with how much color I use in my art and
Yeah.
my knowledge of color.
Well, all of your, like, I don't know, main focus points in your paintings are red. Like your flowers, your bunnies are pink, but there's red details in there. And I mean, you get a lot of grass. A lot of grass.
Well, I like making happy trees and landscapes.
They're beautiful, man. I love them.
I even got to see the 7-foot tall pink bunny for everybody who's never been here
I
before.
did.
Yeah,
Was
we
it
didn't stop
7
to talk.
feet?
It is 7 feet.
7 feet.
It is. I measured
Okay.
it. I had to, because I had to ship it.
That's awesome.
All right. Moving on. Let's get to the reason
Whole
why.
lot of no concrete talk on this concrete podcast.
That's not the point.
I know.
All right. This is, from my point of view, the first true time where I've ever had a debate show, if you
Okay.
will. If this goes well, ladies and germs, you are more than welcome to call me out and try to do this too. I double dog dare you to take on the Purist. It's going to start right there. Okay?
All right.
Whatever happens, it doesn't matter. You're successful at what you do.
Thank you.
I don't care. It's more entertainment for everybody out there. We planned this ahead of time. No, we did not plan what we're about to talk about, but we planned this idea because we do go round and round a lot about this conversation.
We do.
So our debate is whether you should ever use coatings outside compared to using sealers outside. And I'm saying that clarification because if you want to get into the details of definitions, a sealer is a coating.
Yep.
Okay? But the difference is the breathability of coatings. On an interior floor, breathability doesn't matter unless you have some serious moisture issues, which even if you have serious moisture issues, a sealer could be complicated depending on what the problem is and stuff like that too. But you have more control of your environment on an interior setting, on a garage setting, things like that. On an exterior, you have no control of weather in any way, shape, or form. You have no control of how warm something is going to get, how cold something is going to get, how quick that is going to change in one single day at all. And so putting coatings on there make them zero breathability, make no way for anything to get through. Where is the moisture going to go is always our biggest war, our biggest fight, our biggest discussion in this industry across the board. So I figured, let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why. And you guys can believe whatever you want. Again, and this is opinionated. I look forward to the comments about this if it goes well. You done with that?
It's getting down to where it's mainly ice.
Are you ready to swap it out?
I'm ready to swap. Yeah, let's do it.
You got plenty more in there. I'll let it thaw out for
Well, it's what the point of when you have like an icy from the gas station, and you've gotten all the syrup and water and sugary goodness out of it. Thank you so much. And it's just ice, and it's kind of not coming through the straw. Oh, let's go.
Wait. I gotta get a better one for you. Keep talking. No, I don't get slushies at the.
Oh, okay. Well, in my experience, when you get a slushie from the gas station, and no matter what size it is,
still sealers too, damn it.
you get to a point where most of this like sugary, syrupy goodness is gone, and it's just ice. And ice doesn't flow
Either one of those.
like a liquid. So the straw isn't sucking up any of the ice.
Right.
So that now is ice.
Yeah, you start stirring. The problem is these
did
things.
You see me over here?
The problem is these things make it ice. They
work.
Stay cold.
They work.
It's pretty crazy.
They work a little too well.
Yeah, I know. I have friends over, and I give them a normal cup, a solo cup.
And it's water.
No, I hate that song. I'm not singing the solo cup song.
Toby Keith!
And it turns into water, relatively quickly, and they drink really fast, and they get really drunk because of it.
Yeah.
Where I sit back and I have one for a very long period of time because it stays cold in these cups.
It does
cups
stay
are
cold,
awesome.
yes.
Yeah.
Cheers, by the way.
Shouts out to Ninja. Cheers. Thank you for joining me.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Seriously, I really appreciate it. I'm having a blast. This is a lot of fun. I feel like I'm about to regret coming here.
All right. So my man here, Hudson, does a ton of exterior flake. And anytime someone calls me for advice on an exterior, I tell them no immediately. Mm-hmm. And then there's always the why. And to me, it is because there is too many variables that you have no control over, and I don't understand why you take those kind of chances. So let's start with why? Like, why not do something else? Is it only because that's all you know and you haven't learned to do something else? Or is it because you truly believe it's great? Like, I understand you believe it works, but I mean, give me a little bit of that kind of point of view.
So, yes, at first that was all I knew, and that's what I learned. I mean, that's what I learned.
Because you've been doing it outside from day one.
Day one. That's how I learned.
And not just outside, for the record, not just outside.
Garages,
everything.
Everything.
Basements doesn't matter, but that's the point. Everything.
My very first job was a outdoor patio. It was a front porch. Now that I've been here in Nashville, and now that I am selling, I've realized that so many people want it. And it's one of those things where we figured out a way to do it. Nobody else is really doing it except for a couple of people.
There's a reason for that.
But let's go and do it. Let's just go. Let's tackle the beast. You know, why not? And it's been really successful. Yes, we're gonna have some hiccups. Yes, we're gonna have to figure some things out. But we've gotten it to a point where we're getting it to work. You know, and
Yep. Okay.
I mean, yeah, people love it. People have glowing reviews about it. And I'm waiting to get into the details for more questions. But
Go ahead.
I mean,
Go wherever you want to.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people. Bare concrete. Let's be honest. After a couple years, it's ugly. It's nasty. It stains. It's just not great. Especially if you don't take care.
So
of it.
you're saying that your floors don't stain after 5 years?
I'm not saying that.
What's the difference then?
Well, polyaspartics a lot easier to clean, especially if something spills on it and you get it right off of it. It's way easier. Concrete itself, shit's gonna seep into it immediately.
Right. That's why we have sealers, to protect it for a minute, to give you time to clean it. Granted, they don't last very long, depending on what it is. If you're dripping hot grease from your grill, it's probably going to penetrate into it relatively quick from the heat.
Yeah.
If you're going to spill your wine glass on the concrete, no, it'll clean off pretty quickly unless you leave it all night maybe and etches into it. Yes, ketchup and mustard and some of those things are going to etch into it because there's acidic. There's some things in those that are so chemical, nasty. It's amazing. We put them in our freaking stomachs, actually. Coke will definitely destroy just about anything.
Yeah.
I don't know why it doesn't destroy our stomach. Well, it does destroy mine. That's why I don't have carbonation anymore. But
I love Coca-Cola. Ugh. I love it. Anyway, if you've got bare concrete versus a flaked patio, one that's got a good top coat on it, and you spill something on each of those floors, which one is going to be easier to clean?
Sure.
And let's say it's a night of entertaining on your back patio. People are going to spill stuff, and you're not going to immediately clean it up.
Okay, so if that's the case, though, all right. Do you grip that every single time on the outside then, too?
Yes. Well, we've learned you have to.
Every one of them?
Every one of them.
Not the one I saw.
Which one did you see?
The one I told you about.
It was gripped.
Sure it was. What do you grip it with?
Well, normally we use the silica, but a lot of times we won't scrape the flake.
So you're considering the flake. I know. We're considering the flake as your grip.
But we still add silica to it, yes.
Is it a fine silica? What's the mesh of it?
It's fine, yeah.
Well, how fine? What's the mesh?
It's pretty fine.
You don't know the mesh.
I don't know the mesh.
You need to know the mesh.
I need to know the mesh.
Yes. You're talking to the purist. You need to know the mesh. Because that doesn't make any sense from what I saw. I do not need to hear a clown song.
I was wondering about that song.
It happens. I can only do so much on every song.
But the flake alone, not scraping the flake. Because when you do a garage, you scrape.
Hold on. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Pool deck.
Pool deck.
Okay. Still just the same grip. Same process. You don't do extra for a pool deck.
MVB. But
No. I'm talking about the top.
Grip-wise.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Don't scrape the flake and add the silica, yes.
Just the silica.
Yes.
On a pool deck.
Yes.
And you don't get calls back for slipping and cracking their head open.
We have not.
I have trouble believing this.
Okay.
I mean, I'll believe you. You say it. But I didn't feel it was that grippy when I walked on it.
We've had some calls about, obviously going and redoing some areas because of cracking and whatnot, but...
Whoa. Cracking. Big question. Okay. How do you fix the control joints? Obviously you grind the floor.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Let's be realistic to everybody listening out there too. You cannot go over top of a broom finish and assume that broom finish is going to have enough grip to do what it needs to do. It will come off of that.
Yes.
There's so much more to that than, I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole right now. We probably should, but it's amazing how much people think that a broom finish has so much texture to it that you can bond to it, when actually you have the same problem with stains and sealers also.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a water-based stain or a dye outside, you still want to acid wash that broom finish to open up the pores to get that stuff to absorb in. People really don't think about the idea of the broom itself. When you're pulling that broom across your concrete, you are taking that cream and you are tightening up that surface with that cream, and you literally are using that cream as a sealer. And it is coating that surface, and there's no pores to the cream. The pores are right underneath the cream. That's why we always have to grind, right? I mean, that's the easiest way to say it. An acid wash on an interior is not enough because it's such a dense, hard concrete. Broom finish is a very soft, very open concrete already.
Yeah.
You acid wash it and boom, you got pores, you got plenty to bond to. But coatings need more than that texture. It's almost like too much texture. You almost have too much with the ribs of the broom finish, and you need to grind it to control your texture.
Yeah.
Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah. We grind everything.
Everything. It doesn't
All
matter if
the
it's
time.
interior, exterior.
Does
It
not
has to
matter.
be grind. It has to be.
be.
Has to be.
I mean, there's no way. I don't see how you couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, literally, that's step number one. Like, yeah.
No, step number one is to fill your joints.
Okay, well,
And
you
your
know
cracks.
what I mean. Yes. Well, I used to grind, open up
We
those
talked
cracks a
about
little
this.
bit,
That's why I
fill
said
them,
that.
and then grind again.
I was like, why? You're
And
wasting
you're
time.
like, why? And I was like, wait, I don't have to grind first?
Why?
I was like, oh, I'm going to grind this and open up
Like
these
horror
cracks,
stories going on over here.
loosen up all this stuff that's in the crack already, vacuum out the cracks,
Well,
and
yeah,
then
of course.
fill them. Yeah.
No, yeah. Well, but you're chasing the crack, you're opening up, you're vacuuming it out, you're cleaning it out, you're taking a wire brush to it, you're getting
Yeah.
everything out of it.
Yeah.
You're still doing that.
But I was grinding the whole floor first.
The only advantage to grinding the whole floor at all is sometimes those cracks don't go all the way through the floor. And when you grind, sometimes you open that crack up a little bit more that you didn't know it was there.
Yes.
That's about the only reason why it's a benefit to grind first. But that's only if you feel like you're going to have that problem.
Yeah.
Your control joints
Well,
don't
usually
need that.
when you have like those real tiny hairline cracks, I feel like those, when you grind first, will expand more than really, really big cracks.
But you only see that more on an interior. You don't see that as much on an exterior.
Yes, I agree. You mainly see that in garages, and basements, and things like that.
That's a different thing because on a garage, unless there is a moisture problem that has nothing to do with this conversation at all, because we cannot control the moisture underneath the ground at all.
Yes.
We don't. And I just had this conversation twice today, literally doing tech support twice today, where I had to explain to people, look, we don't know if there's a cavern underneath your house that has a lake in it. We don't know if there's a natural spring running underneath your house. Who did that work? Do you have a geoengineer that checked everything underneath your ground to find out what's going on? No.
Yeah.
So how do we know when we're not the ones that poured the concrete? Even the concrete guy wouldn't know that. There's no way to control moisture either situation, to your point of this discussion. But there is more control inside because it is temperature controlled. You do have a foundation around it that's keeping it contained. It's only a matter of if there's a natural issue going on underneath there. There's rarely going to be just because it rains a lot.
Yeah.
Rarely. Unless you're on a hill and your house is in the middle of that hill and all that water is somehow going underneath that, that would be an exception to the rules. But if you're on flat land, there's no way that water that's running into the earth is enough of it is running underneath your house. There's too much space between all of that to me.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. It's my opinion. But do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
Okay. So it's interesting that we see more cracks inside to that same point than we see exterior sometimes.
Yeah.
If the control joints are done right, yeah, there'll be a crack maybe here or there.
Yeah.
But you don't get hidden cracks. You don't get hairline cracks that come out of nowhere.
No.
Outside shows it's either crack or no crack.
Yeah.
There is no difference.
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just start with what do you use to fill joints and cracks?
We use a 100 crack filler, and we mix
the polyurea.
it up. Polyurea. If it's a really big crack, we'll mix in a little bit of sand with it.
Only if it's a big crack?
Well, no. Majority of the time we put sand in it.
What about a control joint?
So normally we leave control joints. We don't fill control joints.
Inside and outside, or just outside?
Usually both. We
Really?
don't fill them.
Why?
We feel that control joint's there for
Separate
a reason.
debate.
That control joint's there for a reason. It's preventing that concrete from cracking. That's kind of like the whole point of control joints.
Yeah, but you're hoping that joint filler has enough flexibility to it to allow it to still move.
Yeah,
and if it's already cracked,
you're
what's the
filling
problem?
it in. If you're filling that in, you're already going to be limiting that movement.
Okay.
So why not just leave it there?
Visual.
A lot of people I've talked to, they like the look of the control joints, especially outside when they've got, the 4 squares on their back patio.
They play Foursquare?
No, come on. But it's an aesthetic thing. I mean, control joints aren't just there for one purpose. They're also really aesthetically pleasing.
I thought they were always functional.
I mean, yes, they are functional, but people like them.
So, okay, but on an interior, okay, for example, a metallic floor.
Okay.
We have to fill it.
Yes. I'm talking about flake.
But if we can fill them for metallic and we don't get issues 99% of the time, then
99?
why would you have that? Why would you not be able to do the same thing with flake? What's the difference?
We just don't. I haven't filled them. I haven't had any issues of not filling them. If somebody wants them filled, we will fill them. But that's not our protocol. We leave them how they are. If they don't bring it up, then we leave the control joints.
I've never heard someone say protocol by protocol.
How do you normally say it?
Protocol.
Protocol?
Protocol.
Well, I'm from the South. I try to fix that.
Try to slow things down too much?
I'm thinking before I answer, and I'm trying to pronunciate my words. This is my first podcast, if you couldn't tell. I don't want to come off as a Southern hick.
You're doing a great job at it.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm not arguing, I'm not asking these questions because I disagree with you.
Yeah.
Especially on an interior.
I mean, do you always fill control joints?
You have to with metallic, so we do it with everything.
Okay.
Overlay, maybe not. But the issue is also, what are you coating the floor with? Because if you're doing an epoxy base, you have to fill the joints.
We use polyaspartic base.
Which is weird to me, but okay. Especially inside, but okay. So, but a lot of companies use epoxy inside.
Yes.
You cannot leave the joints because there's no other way to apply it. It's going to fill the joints.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say epoxy is not my... I don't have much work with epoxy. I'm polyaspartic.
Okay.
Through and through.
So it's always dip and roll for you anyway, which is good. That makes more sense to the inside. I get where you're going with that. That's how you can control that. But that's the thing about it. And same thing with polyurea primers too. You can dip and roll those, so you don't have to worry about your joints either. It's only the epoxies that you have to worry about that with. But there's a lot of people doing epoxy to the same point too. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of weird people doing epoxy outside. I still can't wrap my head around that. That's a whole different conversation. I understand the polyaspartic
I could not
part.
even epoxy.
So what you've done,
couldn't get into it.
What you've done with with the company in essence is you're going to use the same products inside outside. It does not really matter to you. The only difference right now, do you do the extra slow outside too?
Usually no.
Okay, that's why that's what I thought.
I mean, unless we have to.
No, I mean it's too.
But we don't.
Too slow of a dry.
It's too slow.
It'll bubble because of
you
the
risk
heat.
way too many things.
Way too many things.
Yes.
I thought so, but you also do some weird stuff. So, so it makes it easier for your team to know that basically every interior job, it's these two products. It's really base coat, flake, top coat, both polyaspartics. Keep it simple.
Yes.
Are they on an interior? Are they the same polyaspartic?
No.
So you do a different one on the base and you do a different one on the top.
Oh, I thought you meant are the top coats different for inside and outside?
No, I know that.
Okay.
I didn't get there yet. That was
Okay.
going to be my next question.
Oh, well.
You still didn't answer the first question.
So, usually, no. We usually do the same poly on the base as we do the top.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
Yes.
Okay. On exterior, you use super fast on both, or do you use different on both?
We typically use the same outside as well.
So the same,
Same base and top, yes.
but they're different for each. Like you're using slow on the inside, and you're using super fast on the outside.
Yes.
But it's one product, base and top coat
yes.
in each situation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. Now,
Just want to be clear.
no. Right. Okay. Now, you grind the outside, and you still don't fill the joints, but you fill the cracks.
Fill the cracks.
What's the difference?
Well, cracks aren't supposed to be there in the first place. The
Yeah, but once they're
control joints-
there, they're shifting on their own right, just like the control joint is.
Well, when
The
you,
reason why they cracked is because the control joint didn't do its job.
That's a fair point. It's a fair point. But you don't want to see cracks that aren't supposed to be there. So we fill those cracks. The control joints are supposed to be there. A lot of times customers don't want those filled. Like a lot
No,
of
I
them
understand
are
that,
like,
but I'm
"Don't fill
just-
'em."
Okay. When I'm in a sales call and a customer doesn't want something, I either tell them tough or we've got to have a long discussion because I know what you need, whether you like it or not. And there's limits to what I'm willing to compromise for the credibility of my work. So I don't understand the difference still. Here's one thing, for example, and I saw this in one of your projects too. So at the control joint, overlay. Let's backtrack for a second. Let's talk about overlay. And I know you're not very familiar with overlay. That's okay.
I've done a few overlay jobs, but not a ton.
People listening, a lot of them will get this.
Okay.
When you overlay a pool deck, you fill the joint, you fill the cracks to the same conversation. You hope that the control joints do their job. Sometimes you add a new control joint because of it, but you fill the cracks, you overlay the whole thing, and you have to try to get it out of the control joint as much as you can, especially if it's a wet joint. You know what the difference is between a wet joint and a dry joint?
Sort of.
Go ahead.
I mean, not much, no.
The wet joint is when the concrete is wet, they make the joint. Compared
Dry
to
joints
they
are made
wait till
cut.
it's hard and they cut the joint.
Yes.
So that's the wet joint is the one that goes wider and you see that curve down into it compared to a garage is a dry joint is one that's done after it's poured. So those wet joints are easier to kind of scoop the overlay in and out of, and you don't want to flood it all the way across it. You want to pull it in and out of it. If it's a saw cut, you kind of have to be careful going over it. But my point to that is we recut those. You break the line between the two so that the overlay doesn't pop together if there is a movement. So you have to recut your line every single time. Okay? On the job I stopped at, your polyaspartic in that control joint, coincidentally or not, was 20 mils thick almost. I mean, it literally was, I kid you not, easily the thickness of a couple credit cards. It was easily thicker than a credit card.
Okay.
Thicker than a credit card. And I'm like, okay, what is going to happen when that moves? How is that going to hold up to what you're talking about when you want this control joint to move? How are you going to let that move? You're not recutting it.
Yeah.
And that was a wet joint.
How long had that job been, you probably don't know how long that job had been there for.
A couple days.
Oh, it was brand new.
It was fresh. I can
Okay.
still smell it.
So we have not had, if it was as thick as I think you're talking about.
It was still spongy. It was so thick.
It should not have been that thick.
Oh, I
Which
assumed
I'm
that.
gonna. That's a conversation for some other people. Now I've got something to go home with. Should not have been that thick.
We talked about this job coincidentally the other day when he asked me to do this, and then I held off on saying that.
If you would have let me know, thank you for telling me that. No, it should not be that thick. But in my experience, we haven't had any issues with that. Now
It's
I'm-
amazing that overlay falls apart, and when it falls apart, I'm talking like 2 inches on each side starts chipping off because of the movement if you don't recut that crack.
Well, how hard is an overlay versus a polyaspartic? Polyaspartic is, I mean,
It's a good question.
how much can an overlay move versus a polyaspartic? Polyaspartic has a little bit, I mean, it's got some more give than an overlay does.
I don't know if it has that much more
Well,
movement. No, I mean, if it had that much give, we could put it on top of a hardwood floor.
we haven't had any callbacks about any control joints coming apart like that or, coming up, anything.
Clock is ticking.
Okay. I will come back and I will say, I'll
1
put
year
my
from
hand
now,
up.
I
I'll
still
put
have
my
had
hand
no
up.
calls.
We've had many porches that have been down for over 2 years now. Nothing.
So, to catch everybody up on this part of the discussion, pure coincidental conversation. It's so funny, the things that happen in your town, for example. You've already learned that we talk a fair amount, that we talk the chemistry, we talk the details, we talk different techniques a lot. Okay. So my son is trying to get a job. He's 17 years old. It's his first job ever. And you know the story, but
Yeah.
so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to get him a summer job. He's not going and looking for one. He's not doing the research. I had mentioned one time that you can make more money in construction than you can flipping burgers. So he's like, I'll do that then. But then that means I have to go call my contacts and find somebody that would be willing to hire him and stuff like that. And I didn't know what to do. So I got completely lucky once because one of my oldest employees, which I hope someday to get him on here, whole nother conversation. He called me asking some random questions about concrete, and we were catching up on what is going on, and all of a sudden I was like, "Hey, you have a construction company. Do you need help?" And he was like, "I do." And he was looking for a replacement for his son who has just graduated college and gone off to get his real job in construction management, actually, coincidentally, because of all of this too.
Yeah.
So he was like, man, if this kid is anywhere near your kind of mentality, I would take him in a heartbeat. So we agreed to a 30-day trial and an interview and everything like that. So I take him to this interview, and he instead of meeting him at the office, he said, let's meet on a job site. So I go to this job site, and I walk up, and the first thing I see is flake steps and a flake front porch. And it's like a front stoop. It's barely the width of this table. And it's definitely not the length. It's so tiny.
10 square feet, yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? And it's a weird color that sort of matches the stone. It was very confusing for me because I never look at flake colors like that. I'm just so used to the norm of color of flake. And I'm looking at this dark colored, and I know that you do hybrid flakes most of the time, correct?
Yes.
So I could tell that it was a hybrid flake, and I was like, and it was fresh. I mean, it was still soft. It'd been like 2 days, maybe 3.
I want to know exactly which house you went to.
I can show you the address.
Okay. Well, I need the lot number, but
I don't have that.
okay.
I can
That's fine.
possibly get it.
I'll probably find out.
And so I'm like, this looks like something Hudson would do. I don't know what made me say that, but I'm like, this is what he's been explaining to me.
Well, you knew what I did.
We're in a subdivision. You know, one thing we have not talked about is, and I don't like to get into, not that I don't like to, I don't typically get into a lot of the business side, but you do have a decent business plan where, you are finding the right types of builders
Yes.
that are looking for this in pretty much almost every home. Like they basically spec it into their home,
They
which is
do it
great
on
because now you don't
every
have a
house.
lot of sales to do.
Every house.
You don't have to go find the jobs. They're all coming to you, or a good amount of them are, to give you a substantial income just on that alone while you look for bigger jobs, different jobs, things like that.
Yes.
Okay. So I walk in, I walk through the house, I walk to the back, and I walk out the back door, and it's the exact same color, exact same look. And I was just sitting there looking at it going, this is exactly what he's explained to me, to a T of the stuff that he does. And I'm like, looking very close. So what's funny is Jared and Lane go outside with me too. I'm taking a kind of a tour out there, and I go out there and I start looking at this, and they start talking. And Jared keeps going, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm looking at the concrete. And he's like, well, you could join the conversation. I'm like, no, this is between the two of you. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter my input. Like, I'm not hiring him. You are.
Yeah.
Why would I interrupt him or not give him a chance to talk or cut him off or like, no.
Yeah.
This is not my business. I'm just the driver right now.
Yeah.
And I can't stop looking at this because I'm trying to understand what the hell they did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. Just wrapping my head around the process, the thickness, very thick top coat, smoother than I expected. I understand the flake is there, but it was still very thick, very thick. And we talked about, I noticed the strip on the bottom was painted and there was flake stuck to the vertical.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird.
We figured that one out.
And I was like, why is that? And I'm thinking that the painters do this part and then you guys are flaking this part and it just somehow was still on there and no one wiped it off. I didn't understand it at all. And then I saw this joint and I went up to the joint and I'm like, doink, doink, doink. I'm like, that's interesting. And they didn't cut it. And so I left it alone. And then I go inside, you know, after a little while, they go to look at some projects. I'm just kind of standing in the living room and the homeowner's there. They just bought the house. They haven't moved in yet.
Yeah.
She's got a little office in there and she's working off her phone Wi-Fi because they haven't, it's a weird thing what they do there, but they don't move in right away. They send somebody like Jared in to remodel it right away because it's a spec house.
Yeah.
Like, talk about having money. Like, I'm going to buy a brand new house and then I'm going to remodel it immediately.
Well, the spec home is already fully done.
That's why I'm saying that.
It's crazy.
Crazy. But the fireplace was boring ass ugly fireplace.
Was it was it a white one?
Inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I can't remember if it was off white. But it had like this
white, like it might have been an eggshell.
You know, compared to my mantle downstairs.
Yes.
It's this pathetic little wood mantle.
Yes.
And I don't even think there is a hearth.
Every single one of them is exactly like that.
Yeah. Nice vaulted ceilings and the ugliest ass fireplace I've ever seen in my life. So no wonder that they're remodeling.
Some of them are rock, but they're still not.
Yeah,
great.
No, the rock was outside. It was an outside one. That was all rock. That looked fine. That
it's
matched.
Fake rock. It's not real.
I know it's Centurion rock. I know. It's technically concrete.
Yeah.
Technically, it's precast concrete.
But boy, do those things chip.
Oh, I bet.
That's annoying.
Yeah. We get questions all the time about sealing them. Anyway, so I'm standing there and the homeowner comes up and I introduce myself and I was like, who did your... Oh, I don't know. It was already done. I was like, well, when did they do it? And she's like, oh, it was just a couple of days ago because we came in here right after they did it. And it was still like really soft and we weren't willing to walk on it. And she goes, for some reason, there's film all over, like there's something all over it. I'm like, no, that's just dirt. She's like, what? And I said, someone went out there and tried to mop it to get the dirt off of it with just with water.
Which
they didn't use soap. They just used water and they just smeared the dirt. And you could see the exact pattern
Did I tell
of the
you
mop.
about my grievances with that and how much I've been like, stop doing that to... Anyway, I'm just not...
But that's the contractor doing that. That's not your team.
Yes, that's not me. No.
I knew that.
Yes.
You wouldn't be there. You're done. You're out the door. You're gone. You don't ever come back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I explained that to her. And you know, we kind of walk outside and we walk through it. And she loves it. She loves it. And I asked her a couple basic questions.
She loves it.
She loves it. Because she doesn't know any better. She's never met me. She doesn't know what you can do to the concrete. If they had any idea what you could do, they wouldn't have done that.
All right.
I mean, there's no concrete anymore. It takes the fun away from the beauty of the concrete that can be used to your advantage.
Okay. Yes, I will agree with you on that one.
And your flake, and it's not you. It's the company that hires you and the choices that they make. You're just doing what they want.
No, the neighborhood chose that.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like the builder.
That is a...
Right.
If we've tried to change it, and the HOA has said no. It's another grievance with HOA.
I don't understand the color.
They are hard stuck on that color.
I know I'm colorblind, but I don't believe it matches.
Well, that one. What color was the house that you saw?
It was stone. I don't remember the rest of it.
Is it all stone?
As far as I was paying attention.
On the darker houses, it looks better. and on the white houses it looks better. But if you have like a red brick home,
it would match too well.
It wouldn't look.
Well, that's one of my pet peeves when it comes to color. Like, there's certain things that kind of like are too close to each other, and they don't complement. They kind of clash because it's like the same value, but the color doesn't match.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Because I talk in values with the colorblind thing. Like, I like to talk in values first before I go into the color part of it. So it might be a red brick and a reddish brown flake, but they're both the same value.
Okay.
And that disturbs me because it's like they don't go together. You
like
need
that
a value
wouldn't go
change.
together, yeah.
You need a value change. You need lighter or darker.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a huge difference. It doesn't have to be a huge contrast. Just a variation, just a slight contrast. Just change the tone a little tiny bit one way or the other.
Yeah.
And instead, it's like weird to me. Like, it didn't make any sense to me, and it looked dark and gloomy because of it.
Yeah. That is the color.
And so, anyway, that was the story. So I had to...
That's how we saw it, yes.
Yeah, so the next time he called me, I was like, hey, I was on one of your job sites the other day because I did bring up your company name. And she's like, yeah, I think it is that one. And I'm like, I'm positive it is. Like, And I said, if that's the case, I know everything about what he used. And
what would be
like
hilarious is if this whole time it wasn't me, but I'm 99% sure it was.
You said you do that subdivision.
Yes, we do that subdivision. But no, to your point about the control joints, it should not be that thick. That's a conversation I'm going to have. But like we have never, like control joints, we've never had any issues with them. Never.
I might have found the first one.
Well, congratulations if you did.
Because I think it's hazy.
Oh, if it's hazy, then yes, we will go back and fix it. Yes.
They 100%. Don't care.
Well,
it's not like I walked up to the client and was like, look at this pile of crap right here. I can't believe they did that. You need to call these people. Shut the hell up. I was like, she was asking me some random questions, but nothing like that.
But no,
she did ask me about the paint on the wall. And she's like, I thought that was the way it was supposed to be. And I'm like, I don't know.
No, we paint the little, 4 or 5 inch. Yeah. We paint that. Yeah.
Is that polyaspartic you paint on there?
Yes.
So it's the same material
It's the base coat, yeah.
That's the color of the base coat you're using with the flake?
Yes.
No wonder it's so damn dark.
It is dark. But we're going from the specs of what we were given.
No, I understand that. Yeah. I understand that. I know you don't have control over that. I'm not.
No.
I mean, I'm not going to color, but you're that's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be funnier if you really did think that was the right.
That was that was what was given to me. That's out of my control.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not a normal job then, or that is a normal job?
No, that's all of them. That's just what they picked when that whole thing came about.
Do you do multiple houses at a time or just one at a time?
Usually it's one at a time.
How long does that one take? Like a day?
I mean, obviously it depends on the size, but typically...
This was very small. Like
very small?
Yeah.
We might do that one house.
I want to say 400 square feet.
Yeah, we'll probably do that one house and then go do another house.
Okay.
So that one usually takes about until noon, and then we'll go to another house and do another one.
So out of curiosity, as I go through all of this and try to wrap my head around your technique, curiosity.
Yeah.
Because I never think about these things personally because I don't care how long my projects take when I was doing them. How long does it take for you to grind on average?
To grind?
Like let's say a 2-car garage, it's roughly about 550 square feet. Because coincidentally, that's the average of a 2-car garage. Don't ask how I know that.
250 square feet?
No, 550.
Oh, 550. I was like, what? 550 square feet, 30, 40 minutes.
To grind?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty fast.
Well, we got some heavy grinders.
Are you like sprinting with that grinder?
No. Yeah, I'm running with it. No.
Okay.
No, you do the edges.
I was just curious. It was just a random thing.
I bumped the mic.
I never
do
think
the edges
about.
And then you go back and forth.
Yeah. Okay.
I get real OCD with those lines too. I want to make sure I am.
Oh, I do too.
Dude.
Yeah. There's no reason for it.
No, there's not.
Have you ever shot blasted a floor before you did?
I have not.
I don't think you can because you do the polyaspartic instead.
I've never shot blasted.
Curious.
It
might speed up even more. But
one of my employees has shot blasted, and he hates it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have a follow-up question.
The horror stories I've heard of shot blasting.
I know they're fine.
Well,
I've
he's
never.
like, BBs go everywhere, and you gotta. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you have a magnet. You just walk around with a magnet. It picks it all up.
yeah. Well,
Magnet on wheels.
I've never done it, so.
Okay. How long does that job take all around then? Like from beginning to end, if it's 30 to 40 minutes, you roll up, you open your trailer, you start patching your joints.
If we get there,
chasing your joints and patching them.
if we get to a job like that at 8 a.m., we will typically have it wrapped up, I want to say 1, 2 p.m.
Wait, you said 8 a.m., so 5 to 6 hours.
Yes. We have now been leaving our base coats to dry longer. We find more success in doing that.
And you're still using the extra slow?
For inside? Yes.
As a base?
No, well, no.
Okay, just checking, because you've told me that.
No. We did. Didn't work. No.
Oh, really?
We
You
did.
finally figured that out. Not because I told him that.
No, you did tell me. This is why I come to you for advice. I was like, hey, man, this
That was one he didn't listen on.
is taking forever. What's going on?
Yeah. It's supposed
And
to
you were like,
slow.
yeah,
Yeah.
come
Extra.
back tomorrow.
Call it extra. So,
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Base coat, no.
Okay. Okay, well then that means, then back to my original question earlier then, you said you use the same material for the base coat and the top coat, so now you use the fast for the base coat and you use the slow for the top coat.
No, I wouldn't say that. They're both fast. But to
You're
me...
using 80 on both?
No, 90.
90.
90.
On both.
On both.
Okay, that makes more sense. All right, I got it. So you're 90 inside, 80 outside.
80 outside.
Yeah. It's about a 5-minute difference between the two of them.
Well,
But it does make a difference.
we
Okay.
give it... Yeah.
All right, I just had to understand. Sorry for the...
You're good.
But, okay.
So am I the only person you know that does coatings outside?
I take calls weekly from people that do that. And I tell every single one of them, I will not warranty anything I'm about to tell you. I make
Okay.
it very clear to you that I don't suggest doing this. People do it all the time. I'm not saying our product can't do that. I'm saying I will not stand behind it if there is a problem, because you have more variables you have no control over outside.
Okay.
Period. I cannot control that. I can control an indoor climate. I can control a door being closed, and unless there's some extreme moisture problem that no one can control, 90% of the time you're controlling your environment on that. You're not controlling anything outside ever.
Okay.
So that's my waiver, my issue, I will not help you. I will answer these questions and I will tell you what people do. And I say it that way. I'm like, this is what I've heard other people do. I'm not telling you to do that. That's up to you.
Okay. So to your point on that, we look at the weather religiously.
Of course you
Obviously,
do. You have
as
to.
you have to. I mean, we look at humidity, dew point, the temperature.
Okay, but
You
with that
we
said,
know if there's even a chance of rain, I mean, we all know.
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I understand the chance of rain. I'm not arguing. I would never even argue that. I know you're not going to do it within the day of rain.
Yes.
How many days do you wait after it rains? How long do you wait before you do it?
After it rains, how long do you wait to do it? At least 24 hours.
That's it.
Yes.
That's insane.
Okay.
I wouldn't even do a sealer in 24 hours.
Okay.
Seriously. I would do everything else, but like when I pressure wash a job, I might do it 24 hours. Depends on the time of year.
Okay.
To the same point in the middle of the winter, I'm sure you take longer than 24 hours. But
Yeah. Well,
there's
I mean,
exceptions
you gotta think
to
with
the.
these outdoor patios, the sun's beating down on them. They're drying out. And we will, I mean, if there's any sign of moisture, obviously we're not touching it.
That's what I was going to say. I
If there's
understand that.
any, like, if we see, like, that part over there is darker, it's clearly there's moisture in there.
Okay.
We're not doing this today.
Here's something you may not see.
Okay.
And again, it's working. Hats off to you that it's working. The object of this game is not to say you're an idiot. It is to just point out the discussion about the both sides of it. Period. This is not a winner or loser type of thing at all. This is just a debate on proper technique from my point of view. Hopefully, I didn't forget what I was going to say. Okay. When you grind, the dust, because your vacuum, do you use a vacuum
Yes.
outside? I would assume so.
Yes.
Okay. Your vacuum does not get
Nah, we're
everything
just
up.
blowing it. No, I'm
I,
kidding.
didn't-
We vacuum.
I don't use a vacuum when I engrave. Sometimes outside,
Okay.
there's a lot of dust.
It's
It gets everywhere.
we spend a lot on vacuum bags.
When you grind, the dust will dry up the surface and hide any chance of moisture there, or the moisture will appear because it soaks into it. But 9 times out of 10, you're not going to see that there's moisture right underneath that dust once you open it up. You will have a better chance of seeing it before you grind it, and if you don't see it then, that doesn't mean it's right underneath the surface, but I don't know if you'll see it after that because the powder is going to hide it even after you vacuum it, but there is moisture right there underneath that surface waiting for you to put something wet on top of it for it to go
I mean, the only thing I can say to you on that is if we find any sign of moisture at all, we are not doing it. That's
Have you ever ground it?
before grinding. That's after grinding.
But have you ever seen moisture after grinding?
Rarely, I'll be honest.
Even
But
once?
Even once, yes.
Okay.
And it's usually in the dust. You can tell that the dust is
Yeah, that's
clumping
like
up.
it
and
clumps
we're
up.
like,
Correct.
hold on.
That's why I was at. That's where I was
Yes.
going with it. There is a way to see it, but how much? Not you, because you're a detail guy like me too. How much is your team paying attention to that?
They know. That is like any sign at all.
I need to come to his training class. I want to see how serious he is.
I'm very serious. Because I'll tell them, like, if this fails and it's because of moisture, like, you're, like, that's on you. And you're going to pay the repercussions of that. I'm, like, any sign. And they're also, like, more willing to say, we found moisture.
We're done for the day.
We're going home. I'm like, all right. If you send me proof of moisture, go home. We can't do it.
Okay.
That is like, yeah.
All right. So you fill the joints. You grind the slab. You get rid of the broom finish. I mean, you fill the cracks. You don't fill the joints. You leave them. You get the whole thing cleaned. Obviously, acetone wash it or some kind of alcohol or something, right, to get rid of all the dust.
Usually acetone,
the fine dust.
yeah.
Okay. Which on exterior dries so fast. Holy cow.
Crazy fast.
Might want to try alcohol. I don't know. That's a separate conversation we'll have
Yeah.
later. Just to give you a little bit more time because it dries pretty fast too. It doesn't usually leave residue. Shouldn't be a problem. Don't quote me on that. But you put your base down, you throw your flake. Sun's beating down on it. Do you do this in the middle of summer?
So yes, and I can tell where you're going with this. Let's say we get done with our base coat, we're ready to come and do a top coat, and we're looking at the sun, and it's beating down on that patio, and it's not covered. Usually they're covered, but let's say this one's not. Or
Well,
there's-
I'm mostly focused on a pool deck, for example, to the same point.
Okay, but like, yeah, that sun's beating down. We will pause, come back tomorrow, clean it up, and then put that top coat when the sun isn't just bearing down.
So you
on
turn it into a 2-day job when it's that bad.
Yes, we can.
You have no problem with your base coat because you're doing it early enough
Yes,
and throwing the flake into it.
but
Has it
majority
ever-
of the
Has
majority
it
of the
ever
time,
rained on your flake then?
yes, it has, and that does suck. You have me on that one.
You don't have that problem inside.
You don't, and you have me on there.
I mean, granted, it doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen often because
But this time of year
if we
it
check
would.
the weather app and it's like, hey, it might rain, we're gonna be like, hold on, let's take a moment here. But
Because it's not like you can plastic it because you're causing more trouble with suffocating the solvents that are still trying to cure out. You could cause way more problems if you tried to cover it.
yes, but typically that doesn't happen. Like 90% of the time, it's a one-day job. And when we're doing 2 houses, in fact, we will grind, prep, do all of that, put our base coat down, leave that house, go to another one, grind, do everything, put that base coat down. Then we'll go grab lunch. Then we'll come back, make sure it's dry, top coat, top coat.
That is fast. And I don't mean fast on like the coating. I'm saying I couldn't imagine doing 2 in a day.
You're sweating, you're moving. I live on Red Bulls, man. It's
That's an interesting point.
luckily you get almost used to it. That's why, like,
Because you get into a rhythm.
you get into a rhythm. And like that's why
That's
I like.
the one great thing about flake is the repetition. You
love
can
it.
train almost anybody to do it because of its consistent repetition. It is not, this job is going to be different. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Changing the coding doesn't change the process.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you mentioned earlier about MVB. How often do you have to use an MVB to slow you down another day?
I mean, if we know we have moisture issues, we use an MVB. Obviously, we always put them down on pool decks.
That's why I was asking.
I
'Cause you mentioned
haven't.
it
I
earlier.
haven't.
Why obviously on pool decks?
There's going. You know for sure there's going to be moisture. 100%. Now, let me go ahead and say this too. I've done 2 pool decks.
Okay. Because in my head, if you're doing this properly, that should not matter.
Okay.
Because the reason why I say that is, okay, you're doing a garage floor.
Okay.
There's a water heater in there.
Yeah.
Water heater blows up.
Well,
What's the
that's
difference?
like a water heater blowing up. Like pool deck, it's already like there's going to be moisture. People are going to be running around on it. There's water pipes moving and like all that kind of stuff.
Water pipes don't matter because they're underneath it.
Well, yes.
That
but
doesn't
I'm
change.
saying, like,
If anything, that makes it worse if it does burst.
Kids are going to be jumping in the pool.
Yeah, but
like,
But that water is coming up to the coping, okay? And right at the edge of the top of the coping, if you coat that properly, that water's running right over and it's waterproof almost at that point. Like, why does it
It's
matter
just
that you have an
a-
MVB
it's
underneath
just
it?
a-
And to the same question, at that very moment, if the MVB doesn't seal that off
yeah.
and the polyaspartic doesn't seal it off, you're saying
Yeah.
that moisture that gets underneath there is not going to be powerful enough to knock off the MVB, and that's why you're doing it.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, obviously.
fine with
if you
this, I
don't-
just-
if you don't get that properly, yes, you're going to have issues, 100%. But again, on the 2, emphasis on 2, we've done.
No problems.
No
Of course
problems.
not. I understand. I mean, look, MVB is always the smartest thing to do outside no matter what. I'm not asking this like you're doing something wrong. That's more important for everybody to hear too. I'm glad that you do that, and I'm glad that they're hearing that because a lot of people don't take that serious. We joke about in my classes that in Florida, they do MVB on every single job pretty much because it doesn't matter if it's inside or outside. They're close to the water level already.
Yeah.
There's already moisture underneath almost everything. That is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have to be aware of that. So everything
it's
either
just
has to
a-
be
it's-
breathable or
I mean,
it has
it's
to
a
be
pool deck,
waterproofed
you know?
almost.
A pool deck, it's just like not putting an MVB down feels silly.
Okay. Okay. Garage.
Garage
Door.
door.
Stay inside, go outside.
Depends on the customer.
You've done both.
We ask what they want.
Okay.
Typically, I tell people stay inside
Okay.
because personally, on a garage door, if it's shut and there's like 2 inches of flake, I just think it looks silly.
Okay. It rains monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
Water is hammering that garage door and sticking in front of it and soaking into the concrete you didn't coat. Where's the water go?
I see. Yeah. No, we don't MVB that little.
Answer the question. Don't go, I see, and I'm just going to leave that one alone like, oh, here we go. You got me on that one. No. Answer the question.
No, you're right. It's gonna. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it will.
Order in the court.
It's gonna seep. It's gonna. Yeah.
but it doesn't come off very often that way. The reason why I'm bringing this up
It's
is
never come off that
that's-
way. Yeah.
what's the difference?
I don't have an answer for you on that one. I don't.
I would like to know, and I hope I can catch the short in this moment, but now I just said it. Tell me what you think. about the difference between doing an MVB or not on a pool deck, and is it necessary? It's a curious question to see what people say. I am a fan of it. I am a fan of doing an MVB on any exterior if you have a chance at all of survival, to me. I think all of them should be. Same thing with your patios that are covered. The last foot to 2 feet is not covered. Rain is hammering that side. It's going into the vertical. It's going underneath the grass right there. It's traveling underneath that patio, because a patio doesn't have a foundation.
Yeah.
It's not getting blocked by the foundation and going around it. It's traveling right underneath it through the whole thing. What is the difference? What is the difference?
That's a good question. He's
going to have nightmares after this.
We don't put MVBs on patios. We've never had any issues with moisture on patios.
You've only done 2 pools. You might not have had an issue either way.
2 pools. Like I said in the beginning of this podcast, I don't claim to be a professional.
It's okay, because I talk about this all the time. That's why when you said that, I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's have fun with this, because I do get these calls a lot.
Yeah.
Pool decks, and okay, here's a funny story. We get a call from one of our suppliers, and they send us pictures of this pool deck just cracking off of there, and we're like, well, it's a moisture issue. Like there's a problem. It's chipping off. There's a problem. So they're close enough that they were like, can you come take a look at it? And we're like, I mean, if we have to, sure. Usually we don't do that because we don't have clients close to us. And my God, if we actually traveled to every single problem, we'd never get anything done and we'd never make any money. So we went to see it because they're a big client of ours. What do we see as soon as we look at it? We see a broom finish. They never ground it.
You see it in the coating?
No, underneath it.
Oh, underneath
like
it.
Like where it popped, it's a broom finish.
Ah.
And it's like, did you grind this? No. We're done here. Thank you for wasting our time.
What's
Like,
funny about that, I actually went to quote a job, a showroom, and their epoxy is peeling up. And in the exposed areas, it is already sealed concrete that didn't have the sealer removed, was never ground. I truly believe that company just walked in, mixed the epoxy, and poured it out. And I'm like, no wonder it's coming up.
all right. Here's a question for you. How am I going to write this down and remember it? Okay, so we have seen videos, and I've watched these one-day floor guys on YouTube and on social media priding themselves on such a good job in advertising their company. And I hope you're listening. If you're one of those companies, go ahead and chime in. That's more power to you for what I'm about to say. But I see these companies that go in there and acid wash the garage, pressure wash the garage. And granted, they take a buffer to the acid wash, so they thoroughly acid wash it. I'm not going to downplay the amount of acid wash. Acid wash it, pressure wash it, take a squeegee and a blower to it, and flake it all in one day.
We do not do that.
I know you don't do that. That's why I'm telling you the story. I know you're going to understand. Like, no.
Can I say something?
I don't know, can you?
That's stupid.
That was where I was going with that, yes.
Okay.
You know, and it's like...
No, you're introducing moisture into the concrete, and then you're going to coat it
in the same day.
like 30 minutes, 40 minutes later?
Correct.
That's stupid.
It's still in the joint, ladies and germs. Still in the
But
joint.
I know everyone
Still
is
in the
screaming
cracks.
at me going, how can you be so sure there's not any moisture in your concrete?
Right.
Fair point. Like, yeah.
But you're not introducing
I'm not
it
introducing
on
it.
purpose. You're hoping it's not going to affect it, and you're hoping
we
it just
grind
travels
and
on
if
by.
we see any evidence of moisture, we're off it.
Yeah.
But no, that's... I've never seen anyone pressure wash a floor and then do it in the same day. I think that's absurd.
I'll send you the video. It's out
Please
there.
do.
It's hilarious.
Okay. They really do. They pressure wash it. And
Squeegee it and take a blower. You see them taking a blower to it, like a backpack blower, and they're blowing all the water off of it and drying it out right there, and then they start coating it. I mean, unless the video is fake and they really waited a day, but...
They have to wait.
They do not. First of all, they do not. I promise you they do not. Second of all, one day would not make a difference. Exteriors, maybe. Interior, on a garage floor, moisture is not going to leave in 24 hours.
No, it's not. You need the sun.
And what's funny about that is it's got nowhere to go.
That's true.
At least outside, it can just keep on going by.
Well, at least at that point, you'll see all your bird baths.
Yeah.
You'll know if your concrete's level or not.
That's a very good point. They're flaking right into
You
it.
can go ahead and warn the customer and be like, look, see how that's holding water? It's still going to hold water. But it's crazy to say, see how that's holding water? We're about to coat it.
Yeah. Have you, side question.
Okay.
As a joke. This is a joke question.
It's a joke.
Have you ever done a 10% flake floor?
10% flake floor.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I don't know what that is?
Have you ever gone to Sherwin-Williams or Home Depot and bought a garage kit?
No.
They have a kit that the material goes like 3
Oh,
to...
you're talking about like where there's like a flake there.
Yes. That's 10%
No.
of the floor.
No,
10%
we've not
flake.
done that,
10% of the floor has got flake.
No, we don't do that.
I know. I knew. That's what I said. I preemptive. I know you don't do that. That was
I didn't even know what that was. I thought that was just like a, okay. Where you get a little baggie of flake.
Yeah.
And you're like.
Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle.
Yeah.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah.
We've done that, actually.
Uh-oh.
No, not 10% flake, but we've done that method with some, we flaked the floor, all white flake, and then went around with little gold bits and put a little bit of gold in each thing. Because the guy was like, I want some gold.
That's cool.
All right. It turned out, it looked fantastic.
I got a great story for everybody.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't offend anybody. I didn't do it, but it is a funny story.
Why? You think it's going to offend me?
Not you. People listening.
Sometimes I forget.
I've had enough crazy stories that I've told people that if this offends them, it's even funnier.
Before you start, can I get... No?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Wait, why are you giving me that? The trash can's over there.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, so, true story.
I'm not used to the bartender being my friend. My mentor.
A friend of mine told me the story that a guy had his garage flaked by his buddies, and the buddy brought in little tiny flakes that look like penises.
On purpose?
On purpose. And flaked the whole floor, and then when they went to top coat, tossed a couple out. A few of them out there. So he's like, I'm laying on the ground.
Wait. How did he get these made?
I don't know. I can find out.
And
you can buy
where
them.
do I buy them?
You can buy them. I don't know.
Dick-shaped flakes.
I don't research this stuff. Like, I don't go to Pink Cherry or, what is it, Adam and Eve. I don't fucking know. Like, do your own research.
That's, if Adam and Eve is selling
But I'm sure there's a party.
Material.
I'm sure there's a party, sparkle, glitter.
Yeah, glitter.
I'm sure there's a party glitter place that has adult party glitter.
All right. Please continue. Now I'm hooked. I'm so intrigued.
So he's like, it's so bad that like you get down to look underneath the car and you're like on the ground and you look over and there's a black cock right there.
How big are the flakes?
I think they're like, I would say less than an inch.
But they're still noticeable.
No, you have to like, they're not
really
noticeable
look.
if you're standing.
So if you just walk through, you're
so
not
they got to
know.
be like half an inch at the most. Like they're not, but they're like gold and like they're glitter.
That's awesome. One of my friends.
Now he wants to do that on every one of his
friends
jobs.
wants his garage flaked, and now I want to buy some dick-shaped flakes and put it in and not tell him until he's working on his dirt bike and he's like, "Wait." I'm like, "Oh, that's a weird shaped flake, man. Surely the rest isn't like that." That's great.
I'll find out the details.
Because if he's really mad about it, you can fix it. You can go back over it.
Okay.
But that's awesome. I love that.
We have spent a long time.
Has it been a long time?
It's been over 2 hours. Now, that's not the full episode because I started the video earlier before we started.
Yeah.
But yes, we've been talking for 2 hours.
Oh, man. I feel like I've been here for 20 minutes.
I know. It's why I looked over. I was like, Okay. So, I don't know how much more we can go down this rabbit hole without just starting to go in circles, right? Like,
Yeah.
we kind of covered every aspect of the flake industry and the ins and outs of doing the different variations of how you can do flake to an extent.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything I'm missing?
I mean, I would ask you, what is your, like, you said your limiting factor on doing outdoor flake would be because you can't control the variables.
You can't control.
Outside.
You can't control. I mean, can't control the. Concrete is a giant sponge.
Mm-hmm.
As hard as it is, it's a giant sponge full of tiny little holes,
Yeah.
just like a sponge.
Yeah.
What happens to a sponge when you get it wet?
It soaks it up.
It goes bloop.
Yeah.
What happens when it's dry? Shrinks.
Yep.
What happens when it gets cold? It shrinks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's constantly back and forth, back and forth. That looked really weird, I bet. Back and forth constantly, right?
Yes.
How can you control the surface of that if it's doing that to you? And some of these coatings are not necessarily made to move at all,
So you're
let
saying
alone
that,
that much.
that does not happen at all inside?
No, it has less control, has way less of it inside
Okay.
because you have controlled environments. You have air conditioning, you have heat, you have controlled environments.
Well,
Garages, that kind of little, it depends on if it's controlled or not. Depends how often they leave the door open.
Yeah.
You know, to the same point in a garage.
I would say that right there alone is an uncontrolled variable. You don't know what kind of customer you're dealing with.
Correct. And the one thing about a garage, to your point too, is that you can leave that garage door closed for days and it's kind of cold in the night and semi-warm in the day. And when you finally get to that job, it's a 90-degree day and you open that garage door and
It's
what's going to
hot.
happen? What's going to happen?
Well, I mean, that garage is, yeah.
It wasn't. It was cold before you opened that door.
My garage, even with the door closed, gets hot.
But what I'm saying is the
And
night
very
before
humid, too.
it was cold enough that
I hear what
room
you're
gets
saying.
cold.
I hear what
You
you're
come
saying,
in
yes.
that morning and it's 75, 80 degrees
Yeah.
and you open that garage door, condensation's running
Hey,
wild.
we live in Tennessee. We're
Right?
almost at 100 degrees now.
It was 99 yesterday.
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
But that's condensation that's only on the surface. That's not in the concrete. That's different. That's
I see
going
what
to
you're
come
saying.
off in the grind. That's not that big of a deal. That's going away.
I see what you're saying.
Okay. Yes, you have to worry about, but to your same question, we train, you take a barometer and you measure the temperature of the floor, the temperature of the air, the temperature of your coating, and they all should be the same. And if they're not, a potential situation could happen.
Yes, you're right.
If one of them is way off the charts, that's a problem.
Yep.
You know, you leave your bucket out in the cold overnight and you put it in and your bucket is at 60 degrees and your floor is at 80 degrees and the air is at 70 degrees. Unpredictability. Complete unpredictability.
Mm-hmm.
That's where a garage has a problem. Interior floor is never a problem. There's either moisture or there's not. It's never going to be moisture eventually. It's either there is or there isn't. We don't have to worry about that unless the foundation breaks.
Yeah.
And it starts coming in the walls. You know, you do a kitchen at a restaurant, your variable is on top of it, not underneath it.
Yeah.
You know, unless a pipe breaks and moisture comes up through it over time.
Yeah.
It could take a while, but it can happen. Those are extreme variables that are very rare. But universally, they have barely any variables to worry about. Exterior has constant variables. Constant. Super hot. Beating down on it, heating it up, boiling your coating, causing it to blister.
Yeah.
Moisture so bad underneath it that it causes it to crack. Joints that are filled improperly cause it to crack.
Yeah, you know, you're right. It is a very, it's difficult. It's very meticulous, and it's very, you've got to look at everything when you're doing
That's why I
it.
said all that. That is the point to all this. Is
Yes.
There's so many variables. How can you go every single day, go, no problem, I can do this, no problem, I can do this?
Don't.
To me, it would be 10% of the year I feel like I could do it. I don't know. Especially like right now with all the rain we have. Like
All
right
the rain
now
we have,
is-
I will say, we have been,
it's brutal right
it
now.
sucks. A lot of jobs we've had to move, reschedule. I mean, the honestly, that might be the biggest downside of doing outdoor coatings.
Which is a really interesting point because our spring had zero
zero rain.
Zero rain.
And
And
now it-
perfect temperatures
June.
Like, you couldn't have asked for a scenario that I am wrong on and you were right on, where you can do it no problem.
Yeah.
Because your variables were in your favor when it needed to be for it to bond to it.
Yeah.
So that you hope that that moisture doesn't cause any problems.
June has been abysmal.
The worst. And I know that too because I have a boat. I go out in the lake that's right across the street practically, and we didn't even have a dock for over a month.
Yeah.
And now we have a corner of the dock. Now it rained so hard today. I hope I finally have a dock tomorrow. I hope I finally have a dock tomorrow. You know, but those are variables that are obscure, and that's my problem, because now you have so much rain that how much of that rain is getting underneath there, and then when that sun hits it, is trying to find a way out. Because the problem here's one thing that we misunderstand about moisture. It's not the water, it's the vapor.
And it is
correct?
It's going to get out, yes.
You see what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
It's the gas.
Yeah.
Water is such a unique material because it does form a solid ice, it does form a pure liquid, and it does form a vapor. Mm-hmm. And that vapor has more power than anything else on this earth. It's insane. Yeah. You can use vapor to sandblast concrete. You can use vapor to do so much stuff. So that is what I'm fighting all the time, what I'm worried about all the time, and why I don't like any of it all the time, because there's too many variables you can't control, and it's all because of vapor. And that's why it's a moisture vapor barrier. It's not a waterproofing. Yeah. That's a different conversation when you have water soaking the concrete and trying to find a way out, and you can put a coating on it that will not let it out.
Well, there's a whole another conversation on whether moisture vapor barriers are as protective as some companies claim they are.
That's a very good point.
Because vapor...
And I know the testing we do to prove it, that I don't know if they do. It's a very good point.
Yes.
Because some people think densifier is a vapor barrier. No, it's not.
That vapor... You are never going to prevent the water cycle from happening.
Correct.
It's going to find its way out.
Now, here is one thing that we did not talk about that could work in your favor. I hate to say it. I'm not trying to help you, but it could.
Come on, man. You're my mentor.
Something you didn't throw out there to kind of compete against me on.
Let's see if I are. Okay, let's go.
Is the fact that you have a coating you're putting down and you're throwing flake into it. Mm-hmm. That flake is going through some places, and it is touching that concrete. 100%. And it is breaking that moment. What happens there? Right?
Yeah.
Now, your top coat doesn't have that moment, except for the fact that you don't scrape. Mm-hmm. So there is potential in a fine molecular microscopic area where, again, vapor is microscopic, that it can find a way through that flake and work its way up and work its way out, and you are creating a breathable coating because of that. But the point is, how many flake do that for you? We don't know.
That's a good, yeah.
But it does happen.
So I would say, I mean, in my experience when going and doing a base coat, that base coat, I mean, it's outdoor patio, and when you're installing it, it is, obviously it's seeping into that concrete for sure, a little bit. It's not all just staying right on top.
Correct. It's a very important point. That's why you open the pores so much. You need it to soak in. Correct.
Yes. And flaking onto that, I mean, you can see, like, if you have a thick spot, that flake is going to sit on top of that thick spot, rather than if you have a spot that's soaking in more, that flake is getting
to the concrete
right there. So that's a good point. Like, if you made a breathable, I mean, you might need to edit this out. You might be a millionaire for creating a breathable coating.
If it existed, we would have already done it.
Okay.
It's the flake that helps the breathability, not the coating.
Yeah.
If it does. We don't test that. We do test the pressure of MVB. We do test that.
Yeah, back to MVBs, yes. A lot of...
But that's a separate conversation, because if you do an MVB, you no longer have that.
That's true.
You have now ruined that opportunity, and you have suffocated that concrete, and you better hope that vapor is not more powerful than your MVB, which it should not be.
You better hope whoever you got your MVB from is being truthful about how strong it is.
And I don't argue the point of that should be able to handle your average moisture that is going through your slab and an exterior. I would assume so. Unless you live at the basin of a hill and the water just puddles there and sits there in a giant puddle and your patio is in the middle of it. Okay, then that would be where a vapor barrier probably couldn't handle it and stuff like that. But for the amount of pressure that it is pushing out, it should be able to pass on by and find a way out when you do it on a pool deck. Like that doesn't really bother me. I don't see why that would be an issue, but at the same time, it might be better not to and allow it to breathe through that flake. That's what we don't know because we don't test for that. That's impossible to test for.
Yeah, I don't know how you would.
I don't know how you would either. Okay.
That was fantastic. I assume we're wrapping up now because you stressed how long it's been.
Well, we should wrap up. Well, the only reason I want to wrap up too is because I want to film kicking his butt.
I do want to play some pool.
Yeah, and I gotta clear all of my equipment to be able to do that. So stay tuned for a second. We'll be right back with a video of me kicking the crap out of him. And if I lose, it's going to be.
Well, let me go ahead and
funnier.
say thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I hope I don't get grilled too much in the comments.
I appreciate the fact that you let me torture you, and it was your idea. Like I was like, if you want to be tortured, I'm game. So I enjoyed it. I think
I might have a couple people that are on my side. Like,
I don't think it
love
was
outdoor coatings.
I don't think it was as hard of a debate as I anticipated. But it is what it is. That's fine. You got to start somewhere. I'm looking forward to the next time I get to figure out a way to debate somebody because I do love that kind of stuff. I have a background in all that kind of stuff. So
maybe I'll figure out something.
I love taking different angles like we're about to do in pool. It's all about the angles.
I'll figure something else to fight over you with.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you so
for
much.
joining me.
Cheers, everybody.
All right. Are you breaking your mind?
I'm nervous that if you break, I'm not going to even have a turn. But I'm also nervous that if I break, nothing's going to go in, and then I'm also...
Doesn't matter if it goes in or not. At least you had a chance to break.
All right, I'll break. Now I feel like I'm going to be embarrassed by the break. Do you have any hand chalk?
No.
No?
No.
You better whip out a glove or
you
something.
You can use your chalk.
I can use that chalk? I didn't know if you're against that.
You just rub the chalk on your hand. What do I care?
I'm making sure, Mr. I'm going to Vegas.
This is going to be way too small for it to fit on your hand, but I do have a glove for you.
It's fine. I don't need a glove.
With flowers on it.
I don't know if you were going to pull out a glove.
No, I don't use a glove. I am a purist in many forms.
I did get a stripe. Yeah. After I hit my ball, I have to hit a rail.
Correct. Any ball has to hit a rail, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. I scratched. It's over. Well, it's ball in hand to you. I'm going to stand here in frame and then just stand here the whole time, I guess.
Really want that 6 so bad. Nope. Just too worried about that 4. You got a shot.
I mean, I believe that's my only shot. Not
By the way, the table's really fast.
I realize that now. I'm just playing in bars. Good shot.
Hit him.
Oh, it was so close, too.
I left you pretty tough, that's for sure.
It was so close, too.
That didn't go according to plan.
Oh, that didn't either. Good shot.
That's a tougher shot.
That's a tough shot. No, don't do it to me.
So technically that was a double hit anyway.
What do you mean?
So when you shoot top spin on a ball that close, when you hit, the ball hit you again before it. And that's what made it chase after it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're saying it hit my cue twice. Okay.
It wouldn't have chased after it so perfectly if you didn't.
Huh. That's a good shot. Come on. You give me a little props.
Why?
Slight props.
I don't know why.
I feel like I held up a little bit better than you thought I was.
I don't know about that.
You were saying you're going to mop the floor with me.
You have 3 balls left. What's the difference?